A young lady who went on a date with Caleb posted about him.
I was full on fucking scared. Maybe if there was a fast food place or something, I could convince him to go inside just to lock myself in the bathroom. I will say, though, it's really, really messed up to bring a girl 30 minutes away just to make it her Uber home. Any decent person would just brought her back. What? You cannot go on about how you were made to feel so unsafe you wanted to lock yourself in a fast food bathroom and then say, yeah, it was kind of shitty of him to not drive me home.
Brandon decided to live stream on Twitch,
Whoa.
playing games that mostly kids play.
He's playing Schedule 1. It's a game about going around selling drugs.
I reached out to her team and told them everything in this video.
Dude, you're obsessed.
At least I got the impression that we had very clearly agreed that it was a professional chat.
All the names are Super Ho, Diddly Ho, Dancing Gay Fire. Do you seriously expect me to believe this is a professional group chat? This is probably the only good, thorough criticism in this entire video. Is the stupidest fucking criticism. And I think that that is the funniest part of this entire video. Enough is enough, guys. It's the day after Thanksgiving. This Caleb Hammer bad video, which maybe there's some great information in it. I don't know. I tend to not trust this guy after his first video on Caleb was horrible. But it's day after Thanksgiving. He dropped it on Thanksgiving. It's a little strange, you know? Maybe he's afraid of Papa God, dude. I don't know. Afraid of the react. He's afraid that I'm gonna make a video that's a 15th of his views. But owns him with facts and logic. No, yeah, man, it's called Auditing Caleb Hammer's Vile and Illegal Behavior. You guys know I'm a friend with Caleb. Take that with a grain of salt because I'm going to be charitable to him. And the reason we're friends is because of Scott Shafer. I've talked about Caleb before, but my video here, Scott Shafer's either dumb or dishonest. Watching his original video here,
Caleb Hammer
made me not like this guy. And I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. I don't remember the specifics. You can watch my coverage on it, but I remember he was platforming this weird Zeke guy who's desperate to be a content creator. One of the biggest criticisms in this video was that Zeke guy was asking Caleb to help him out to find OnlyFans girls to sleep with for content. And Caleb was like, hey, what if you tried a guy? Like a guy OnlyFans? And apparently that was over the line. Apparently it was over the line. If you do OnlyFans, it's inappropriate to suggest that. The dude was fucking crazy. Oh yeah, I remember some like edgy group chats from when he was young. Whatever, dude. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, man. And then there was like a false allegation against Caleb in this video from that Zeke guy who's like desperate to be a creator. The guy was like obsessive. But hey, you know what, dude? I don't know. Go watch the whole video. Fuck you. Anyway, also I'm in the comments. Somebody's people spamming the screenshot at me. I'm curious if Papa will cover this. Scott Shafer says he has to call his buddy Caleb first to make sure Caleb approves of his talking points. That's funny. But it's extra funny because, again, like the reason me and Caleb are like actual legitimate friends is because I watched Scott's terrible dog shit video. People tend to dogpile Caleb. And I was like, oh, this is bullshit. And Caleb watched it. He was like, oh, thanks. And now Caleb's a regular viewer. So like I don't really need to check in with Caleb for his talking points. I just know what I'm allowed to say. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna say what I have to say, and if this is the end of me and Caleb, then it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna fucking defend the guy if he did something truly outrageous. What are you gonna do? Let's just hope he didn't. But let's just get going, dude. We're auditing his vile and illegal behavior. Let's go.
About a year and a half ago, I made a video about the disgusting and inappropriate behavior of YouTuber Caleb Hammer.
Caleb Hammer, yup. Chad, what do you think? I think maybe a glow down for Scott Shafer and a glow up for Papa Gut. I think that was what we got, dude. I think it's a glow down for Scott Shafer and a glow up for Papa Gut. Boom. Don't even look at the hair. Don't even worry about it, bro. What do you guys think? I'm just being silly.
Among the many things mentioned, the worst by far, were the group text messages of Caleb saying he found a 16-year-old boy hot. Yeah,
they were memeing pretty hard here.
And wanting to know...
I don't even remember how old Caleb was. He might have been... I don't even remember how old he was. They're inappropriate jokes for sure, but this whole group chat was full of people saying some pretty crazy fucking joking shit, so.
If he was gay, so he could hook up with him.
Whoa. And also, Caleb is not gay. I think I said that I think he's bisexual, but I don't think he's bisexual. Because he hasn't tried to fuck me. No, I'm just kidding. He has. No, but he has like a girlfriend or whatever, so.
Got worse from there when Caleb asked for the name of a 17-year-old boy in an Instagram picture of one of the group chats he was in.
That's some scary-ass behavior, boy. Look at this dorky guy here. What the hell? I'm just skimming through the video. This part's so funny. Like the first
The
video,
group was for.
they had a group chat together where they're being edgy in, and he had this like random person that claimed to be in the group chat, and this is what he says.
Or at least I got the impression that we had very clearly agreed that it was a professional chat and that we had professional friendships and that we were approaching it in that way. We did not.
Yeah, so all their names were like poopy fart, idiot fuck, like 24. So it's just so funny to watch this guy like weirdly lie about it. It was obviously an edgy group chat. That they I mean, it was edgy. They shouldn't have said the things that they said, but they were making a bunch of fucking dumb jokes between a bunch of friends. This guy's name is Uncut Super Ho Diddly Ho. I think Caleb might have changed one of the names to something. It doesn't matter. They were all participating in like dumbass names. All the names were dumb. All the names were dumb as shit. I think Caleb was like 23 at the time. Inappropriate. But you know what? I mean, listen, I'm an edgy guy, so maybe I'm just writing it off like that. As far as I'm aware, Caleb has not tried to molest a kid, so...
He was told the name of the kid. Caleb commented that he wanted to stick his in a hole of his.
Whoa! You think it's a golf hole?
Any hole will do.
I guess he's super diddly, super ho, diddly ho. It's incredible.
When the group chat members told Caleb how gross that was,
this guy said Caleb's boy crush.
He decided to double down and said he would shove his right down his throat.
Whoa. But he said he wants to go somewhere where 17 is legal. That's... Christ, this is fucking crazy.
Where it belongs. For those...
Let's see, what does this say? Caleb, you're 23, let's go. It's not really. What if I'm 50 and I found a 21-year-old and I could be his sugar daddy? I will do it for her sugar daddy. Okay. Both of my grandparents are 10 years apart. 6 years is nothing. I would love to shove that cock right... Okay. That's crazy, bro. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, you can see down here. I guess a few years ago, Caleb thought that anything under 16 was illegal. It seems like he's like half memeing. Definitely inappropriate. But unfortunately, 7 years ago was a weirdly different time. You'd be surprised how much we've like socially moved. Well, actually, you wouldn't be. You see shit all over fucking Instagram and Twitter and shit. And TikTok, how fast we've like evolved socially. From people being like, oh, age of consent is appropriate to like, hey, maybe not. Which, by the way, I don't think so necessarily. I think, you know, especially as I get older too. 18 is the minimum. And we got to start moving that up. We got to start moving that up, boy. Got to start moving. What am I uncomfortably skipping through? I'm not skipping through literally anything. I'm watching the video. Do you have a fucking brainworm? I'm so confused.
For those who didn't see the last video, none of these are allegations against Caleb Hammer. I reached out to Caleb for comment about these text messages, to which he replied that they were taken very out of context.
Yeah, they were. They were obviously in like a weird group, joking group chat. Here we go. This is from the original video.
The topics that he felt were inappropriate are what we're going to be focusing on. The first one that made several people uncomfortable was Caleb's comments about finding a 16-year-old boy hot.
Yeah.
Now, in this chat group, everyone has nicknames instead of their actual name being used. I was told that Caleb picked many of these nicknames, but a few were picked by other members.
Yeah, so everybody chose a nickname, and they were all stupid.
Caleb was allegedly known as Super Ho Diddly Ho.
Woo! That's my favorite thing. I love it so much. They're all picking their own fucking names, dude. That's incredible. This guy's name is Has Sexual. This is a really serious group chat, by the way. This is Sexual Dancing Gay Fire. Guys, this is definitely a professional group chat. That's one of the problems is the framing of this. This is the original video I'm referencing right now. The framing of this original thing here is that it's a serious professional group chat. That's how they frame it earlier with this guy.
The first one that made several people uncomfortable was Super Ho.
With this guy. And like, here's the thing. It doesn't mean that the jokes aren't uncomfortable. It's perfectly fine. But you really think that a group chat where Caleb might have chosen some names, but other people chose their own names, which means everybody was okay with it. All the names are Super Ho Diddly Ho, Uncut, it's a penis, Dancing Gay Fire. Do you seriously expect me to believe this is a professional group chat? Or do you expect me to believe that this is like a fucking bunch of weird, socially awkward band losers? Because that's what this is, by the way. They play band. Okay? Like, you really seriously expect me to be like, oh no, this is a fucking professional group chat. These are inappropriate jokes. Alright? Caleb makes inappropriate jokes. And some of them, obviously, you shouldn't be making jokes about this. But this was 7 years ago when he was younger, and it was a very different time, unfortunately. So I think that they're cringe. I think that if it turns you off, I think that's perfectly reasonable. But I don't think that Caleb Hammer is a fucking prolific pedophile. So I think that he was just very unprofessional, very edgy in his jokes, and socially regressive 7 years ago, which is bad, but it's not something that I don't think that Caleb's fundamental core is I want to fuck 16-year-old boys at 30 years old. So just to be clear.
So Caleb admits to saying all of this. As to what context is appropriate for a grown man to want to hook up with a 16-year-old boy,
I don't know.
I'm not really sure, since he never responded after that.
Damn. Well, I don't know what to tell you, brother. He definitely wants to fuck 16-year-olds. That's what I got out of your video.
Despite Caleb's own admission that he said these things, no one seemed to care, and his own audience came to my...
Well, he said that they were jokes. I don't think that you made that apparent. I don't know why. Even if you don't agree with it, you would want to meet the argument and be like, yeah, he said that they were inappropriate jokes.
...channel and defended his terrible behavior.
So true.
What makes this situation even weirder...
Terrible behavior.
...is that just a few weeks ago, Caleb had a guest on the show who made some incredibly inappropriate comments...
Oh, I saw a clip of this guy talking about like 13-year-olds. It was uncomfortable.
...about the age of the women he was attracted to.
So you're a gooner. You go for the college. I mean, the younger the better, right?
Yeah. Regular old Matthew McConaughey over here.
No. I would say, in fact, I would say no.
Biologically,
Jesus Christ.
when they're most fertile. Come on, Caleb.
Oh,
That's fucking crazy. What are you, Matt Walsh? Also, why does he have a whole fucking thing full of beans here? What the hell?
Come on, man.
If you look at the
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to make a joke to try to make Caleb's show more interesting or something. Some of the guests might do that. I don't know. Definitely inappropriate. Probably a difference between a private memeing, horny boy group chat versus publicly saying you think the younger the better. It might be a little bit different context there.
comments on that video, Caleb's own audience is talking about how disgusting this man is.
Yeah.
And that the FBI and Chris Hansen both need to look into this guy.
True.
When it comes to Caleb's comments about wanting to hook up with a 16-year-old boy, though...
7 years ago, offline in a private group chat that was clearly a meme group chat. I mean, the context is totally different. Again, if you want to be like, listen, I think it's inappropriate and whatever, that's fine. But like, we have to acknowledge that there's probably a difference between coming on somebody's Caleb Hammer, the financial audit, like their show with millions of viewers, and then dropping that. I mean, I guess he could be joking, although I wouldn't make those jokes publicly like that. Versus in a weird little fucking gooner meme group chat where everybody's name is a joke about a penis. A penis. All right, guys. Caleb Hammer sent me talking points that I'm allowed to talk about, just as Scott has said. Nice. Some of these screenshots, I don't even know what they are. I haven't even read them, so we're just gonna see. We're just gonna look at them. Who is this? Who is this talking to, Caleb? Who are you even talking to in here? Let's see. I believe that this is the order that I was sent them in. Yeah. All right. So we got Caleb, or whatever this. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know. This is the screenshot from the chat from like 7 years ago. He hot is gay. Please. He's 16 and no fucking perv. Shame. Okay. What was the age of consent in Michigan? 16. Texas is 17. This is Uncut saying Texas is 17. So Uncut's supporting the meme. Shame, he says. You should have made yourself super ho fucking P diddly ho there, Caleb. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? From the MCI group chat, where we sent endless insane messages that pushed the boundaries of shock humor because we were into it and dumb. Can you confirm this is deep out of context and obviously being used by the person I had a falling out with to make me look bad during this drama? You are the one in the image with me. I will black your name out. Don't need these insane people to dox you or anything. Oh, okay. Is this the guy that came forward on Scott's shit? He was one of the 4 people in the group chat. Profile pics match up. He's Uncut. Oh, shit. Is Uncut the one that talked to Scott Shafer? We only all made jokes like this when we had our weekly video call hangout sections, but now I'm the bad guy. Out of context here, it's wild. This is absolutely out of context. Besides, this was years ago. We always said edgy shit. There's only a very small amount of people who have access to this chat, so there's definitely some retribution being attempted due to some past grievances. So look, this is one of the guys. This is the guy with the big uncut cock. And the bigger, the smarter. That's what I hear. So, listen, yeah, this is confirms we already knew. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody would look at this group chat and go like, oh, dude, this is so fucking serious. This is so fucking serious. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody would, like, ever possibly look at it and think it was serious unless you were, like, desperate for content. So, it's like, okay. But yeah, no, that makes sense. It was a bunch of weird, edgy fucking jokes and memes. Sure, yeah.
Nothing but crickets from his fans.
Oh, we gotta educate them, Scott. Educate them on all these group chat messages that are super serious.
Amazing how hypocritical people become when you
So
say
true,
something
King.
negative about a celebrity they actually like.
So true. That's how I felt about Epstein. I was like, I love this guy. He could never do anything wrong.
Caleb Hammer is by far one of the worst individuals on all of YouTube.
Whoa, Caleb. Oh, dude, I didn't even know that.
And because his own
Why? Because he's a little bit of an edgy memer boy?
fans rally behind his perverted behavior, he doesn't feel he's done anything wrong and has only doubled down on this type of vile behavior
Doubled down. He still does it all the time.
in a year and a half.
I can show you our group chat. Our group chat. We're just talking about what our favorite Thanksgiving pie is. Obviously, code for children. I mean, what are we talking? How has he doubled down on this behavior?
Since I last covered him. In this video, we're going to break down everything I've
Break it down,
discovered about
baby.
him since that time.
Let's do it. You're exposed, Caleb. You're done. You're done.
In 2025, Caleb started live streaming regularly.
Dude, Caleb, I'm fucking. I think I asked you a question when you first started live streaming. I think I said, Caleb, do you feel like this is a good idea? With like the context being something along the lines of like, do you think you're gonna get yourself in trouble? I think you are. I think you are. You know, I think you may. Maybe you said you might have gotten yourself in some trouble there, bud. Okay.
On his YouTube channel as well as Twitch.
Yeah.
This turned out to be
and TikTok. He was streaming on TikTok too. Come on, dude. Where's your research, bro? Where's your research?
Huge mistake for him, since in normal videos, his editors can edit out the worst of what he says.
That's true. I think that most people are like that. I think that going live and being palatable, you know, it's easy as fuck. I'm not saying my job is hard, but there is a technique to it a little bit, I guess. Like, it's a little difficult. You got to be careful not to say shit poorly. And I usually do all right with that. Although I'll tell you, sometimes I say some wild ass shit too. It's kind of the nature of the live stream.
But in live streams, it's all there for everyone to see.
True.
The best example of this was over the summer when Caleb's employee, known as Bitch Brandon.
Wow, is his name actually Bitch Brandon, or did you give him that nickname because you're like horny for him?
That's what Caleb calls his own employee, by the way.
I think they're like unironically second best friends. Some people say me and Caleb are best friends. I don't know where that rumor came from, but these two are definitely within the top 3 best friends. That's my understanding. So I think that may be why.
Brandon decided to live stream on Twitch,
Whoa.
playing games that mostly kids play.
Dude, what a freak. I don't even know how to talk. I don't even know how to, if that doesn't fucking hit you, I don't know what else does. Yeah, bitch boy Brandon went on and played video games that kids play. Stop. I can't talk. I can't do this anymore. You're acting like this guy's a fucking Roblox predator. The guy's playing video games. What are we talking about? Video games that kids play? What video games do you play, loser? Like, not for nothing. Hey guys, Scott Shafer made a video about Caleb Hammer with a comic book background. I don't know if you know this, but kids read comic books. Pedophile! Like, what? That's what you just did. That's what you just did. That's what you just did, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, those are the problems. This is one of the problems. We have an objective information being shown, and then we have a narrative around it. And when you say some snarky ass shit like, "Hey, he's playing games kids play," guys, kids were playing that game. He's playing Fortnite or something. I don't even know what the fuck that was. It looked like PUBG or something. All of a sudden, this guy's a prolific fucking, murderous pedophile. Like, what are we doing? What? Oh, that's what he's playing? Is he playing the game where you sell drugs? Is that the game? I know what game you're talking about. What game is it called? He's playing fucking Schedule 1. Are you fucking... He's playing fucking Schedule 1. What is... I mean, it's a game about going around selling drugs. Dude, this guy has a mental disorder. I don't have to talk. They'll tell you. A game that kids are meant to play. It's a game where you literally go around and you sell drugs. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. These anti-Caleb Hammer individuals are fucking freaks. They're so strange.
Caleb thought this was funny.
That's it. That's all it is. He doesn't even tell you the name of the game. I thought it was like PUBG. It's called Sell Drug Simulator.
So he hopped on his official Twitch account and started making jokes about Brandon being attracted to children.
Whoa!
First, he stated that Brandon's kink is 12-year-olds.
Brandon's kink is 12-year-olds. He's probably super serious. He's probably really serious here.
And then later stated that Brandon wants 10K to be pegged, but
wow,
will take 10K to peg a 12-year-old.
All right, that's fucking... that's a little crazy, Caleb. You gotta watch out with these... I'll tell you, Caleb, you are... I'll tell you, Caleb, you gotta watch your optics better, boyfriend. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's a crazy joke, dude. That's a crazy joke to make public. You know what I mean? You gotta keep that inside. That's what the you know. Also, I would have said, you know, it's a little. I would have said be pegged by, not, you know. It makes at least slightly better. I would say that is crazy, brother. That is crazy. It's fucking wild, dude.
Making pedo jokes about your own employees from your official Twitch account.
Yeah, I think that's like his best, unironic best friend, but
is an incredibly disgusting thing to do.
Not really disgusting, just kind of optically stupid. It's just like a fucking dumb play. You got to protect your brand better, Caleb. What are you doing?
For those wondering if that was actually Caleb Hammer, we know it was.
That's actually, unironically, I actually hacked his account, and I was just the one saying that, so I can get him in trouble. So,
since Twitch banned his account after people reported those comments.
Is that true, dude?
But don't worry.
Caleb, is that actually true? What are you fucking serious, dude? You fucking goon so close to the sun. Fucking degenerate behavior, dude. Shame on you, bro. Shame on you, Caleb. What are you doing?
Twitch doesn't actually care, and they unbanned him just one day later.
Hey, base Twitch, am I right? I'm just kidding.
In a later live stream, after it became clear he was going to get banned on Twitch again, he commented about his first ban for his pedo jokes.
And I know they're going to give me more than a
great J-Bay video.
1 day ban now because I had that other ban for being a little stupid in my friend's chat.
Yep.
Oh, I just got banned on Twitch.
I wouldn't say that making pedo jokes is just being a little stupid.
It is. Maybe a little more than a little stupid, but like, listen, man, I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole. You know, I wouldn't make those jokes, but I used to make them all the time when I was like fucking a long time ago. It was funny. Our friends would just call each other pedophiles all the time. Just like, well, it was a joke. And then guys started actually molesting kids, and it was like, oh, you ruined the jokes for us. You know, who's the real victim of pedophilia? I think it's us for not being able to make jokes about it anymore. Yeah, it's just like, it's an inappropriate joke. I mean, I don't think Caleb seriously wants to harm a child, so. I don't even think Caleb likes kids. Caleb seems like the kind of guy that would like trip a kid in a supermarket. You know what I mean?
As Caleb puts it, most people understand that type of behavior is incredibly disgusting and don't make jokes about that.
Don't make jokes about it.
But Caleb is a big fan of pedo jokes, so it's fun and games to him.
He's a huge fan of it.
Now, that clip I just showed was from a different live stream where Caleb again showed how stupid he truly is and decided to...
Do you actually watch these live streams, or are you on like some kind of snark Reddit?
...scroll through Twitter on stream with no nudity filter turned on.
Is that a thing? Is there a nudity filter on Twitter? I didn't even know that. Because I've done this before where I've scrolled on Twitter. Is there a fucking nudity filter? Oh, shit, dude. Thank Scott. I really appreciate that. Oh, my God, there is. Go to settings, privacy center, content you see, inspect the box for display media. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait a minute. It's just a display media that may contain sensitive content. That's not a nudity thing. Most nudity doesn't even come up with a sensitive content warning on it. I know I have a porn Twitter, and on there, some things are blocked like that, but most of them are not. Okay, apparently this is Caleb Hammer here feeding me talking points, Scott. You're such a perceptive guy. He, of course, leaves out that his whole chat was making the joke because Brandon was talking about a cut girl at his apartment pool, and they joked to check her age. I piled on with the chat, gooned. Yeah. Well, I guess it makes sense. The chat was joking about her age, so they were talking about a cute girl at a pool, and then the chat was joking around about the girl's age, and then you were all piling on for the memes. Okay. All right. I get that. I hear you. Okay. I have a porn Twitter. Oh, shut the fuck up. You guys act like you don't have a porn Twitter. You all have a porn. It's literally Twitter. The only good thing about Twitter is for porn. All right? Just so you know, Caleb, you got to be careful about scrolling on Twitter. All right? You don't want to get fucking psyoped into saying crazy shit on there, okay? Twitter is insane, and it makes you depressed. Doom scroll on TikTok or something, all right? Stay off Twitter. It ruins your mental. All right?
Opinion forever without any alternative perspective, and then that is their entire permanent worldview forever.
Oh, God.
They do need to go outside. The same thing happens on the other side, guys.
He doesn't even notice it.
Brands and ads and agencies.
It's literally just porn on the screen.
And whatever organizations, businesses, they don't... do not get me... Oh, come on. It's like my second week of streaming. What is happening?
Now that one you can just chalk up to a mistake.
Yeah, what? Did you think it was serious? Porn and right-wing propaganda. Dude, let me tell you, porn is right-wing propaganda, bro. When I scroll through my porn account, I'll sometimes get conservative videos and guns. You know, people getting shot to death. It's actually very strange. I don't understand what kind of people do that. It's wild as fuck.
But you would think someone with millions of subscribers and years of making business content would know not to do something so stupid.
No, I wouldn't actually. I would not actually think that somebody who has built an entire brand of curated financial Jerry Springer content, I would not expect that person to have like legitimate, like actual sense when it comes to doing a low effort like React stream, which is what I do. That's not even a criticism. That's just good money. I would not expect that. I wouldn't expect that at all. Just like I don't expect somebody who does theater to be very good at acting in movies. I know it sounds silly, but like those are very different acting styles. Theater is very over the top. Acting is supposed to be more real, unless you're doing an acting movie that is theater. I don't like Hairspray. Like no, I wouldn't. I would. That makes sense to happen. That's like the things that happen on a live stream. It's like saying dumb shit, not knowing how your words will be perceived when you're saying them out loud. You know. Scrolling through Twitter and coming across porn, opening up live like links from people in the chat, you know, saying that it's Tiana Trump's birthday, who is Donald Trump's daughter, and then Googling that and finding out that it's a black porn star and having to shut my stream down. You know, these are you learn. You just gotta learn, bro. It's just crazy shit.
YouTube never gave him a ban for that, by the way.
Hey, good for you, YouTube. No, it's just a joke.
If I, or
not a joke, it's just a mistake.
Any smaller channel accidentally showed nudity on a live stream, my channel would get permanently banned.
Probably not. No, I don't think so. There's literally nude yoga on YouTube, just to be clear. Like, nudity isn't an inherent problem with them. So, like, you know, I think that you might get in trouble. If you noticed it, you'd probably just take it down. And YouTube probably would never know about it. I would argue being a larger creator opens you up for more problems like that. I understand the idea that they want to protect their large creators. That's fair, and that's true. But there's also like the concept like nobody watches smaller streamers, so if they make a mistake, it's not going to matter. Like I remember one time I was driving while I was on stream. This was a lie. This what I'm about to say is actually not true at all. But I was driving and I said a slur because I was driving and somebody like cut me off. No one ever found out about it. I didn't get banned. I just took the stream down after I got home. So, you know, a little road rage. But yeah, we could do reactions to nude yoga next if you guys want. I don't think that everybody would have got banned for that simple mistake. I don't think that most people would have gotten noticed for that simple mistake. And if YouTube did see it, I think that there was a chance that they would just give them a content warning for nudity. And then that warning goes away after 3 months. I think you know that, Scott.
But once you start making enough money for YouTube...
Just to be clear, it's not the N-word. I didn't say that word, okay? It's the biggest no-no word ever, all right?
They look the other way and don't care what you do.
I know, everything's a conspiracy, Scott. Everything's a conspiracy and all that stuff.
As long as you keep making them millions.
Millions. Hell yeah, brother.
After multiple...
I'll tell you, I make YouTube a lot of money, and those stupid motherfuckers still haven't told me why I got a video taken down. Said I was bullying iDubbbz. And then they quoted a moment in the video where I was like, "Yeah, I don't think he's in an abusive relationship. I think he's in a toxic relationship." Never explained it, dude. That's crazy. What the frick? And they make 45%. Like if they do like the ad revenue is a 55 split, 45. We've done very well this year, bro. You guys made a pretty good amount of money. You've made enough money to employ somebody to watch my content for a fucking 45 minutes and give me an in-depth explanation, okay?
Multiple live stream bans, you would think someone would understand they need to start making...
Multiple? What? What are you talking about?
Millions. After multiple live stream bans, you
mean on Twitch?
Would think someone would understand they need to start making better choices
That's true.
about what they do on live streams.
That's true. This is... Caleb, listen to him right now. You better listen up, boy. You better listen up. This is facts, actually.
But is that what Caleb did?
Never.
Of course not.
You would never.
Caleb Hammer is an idiot. On
It's a little mean, bro. What the hell?
one live stream, Caleb decided it was time to take it to the next level and start committing illegal acts right on stream.
Oh, wait a minute.
Caleb's audience requested that he react to a TikToker named Bradley on a budget.
Bro, Caleb, you really fucked up with this one, bro. I remember this one. It wasn't really that bad, but he made a video about this Bradley on a budget guy, and then he made fun of him for like showering or not showering and stuff. And then he subscribed to his OnlyFans, and then he didn't put it on the screen, but he was like reading through the stuff. Like and he was playing some of the audio. Frankly, probably a great plug for the guy's OnlyFans, but inappropriate. I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know if I'd call it illegal, but
who lives in extreme
definitely terrible optics. I think that if Caleb is going to live stream, and I think this might be his thing because we've been talking, he needs to have a person. He needs a handler. Caleb needs a handler if he's going to live stream. He can't react by himself. He needs somebody to like hit. He needs like a Dan. He needs somebody to hit a button, and be like, stop, stop doing, stop. You can't do this. Stop it, and shut it down. That's what Caleb needs. Because Caleb makes great content, but like on the spot, like he's not. He needs a handler. No way Bradley actually cares. Entire TikTok is rage baiting based on his nasty living standards, bro. Even if Bradley does care, like it's still like his entire content is rage baiting. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Extremely frugal life to pay off his over 100K in debt from going to culinary school.
Whoa, he do be cooking.
Bradley, who is openly gay, takes many extreme
Caleb, who is closeted gay, am I right, guys?
steps to save money and make money. And one of the ways he makes money is by selling adult content on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Caleb decided to purchase his OnlyFans and make fun of the guy's adult content live on the air to his audience.
Come on, Caleb. That's booty shaming.
Bradley made a video responding to Caleb's video, so I'll show you a clip of that.
I guess this is the part where the OF part comes in. So.
Whoa.
Oh, what is he posting?
What's the illegal part?
I need to know. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Fucking.
Mind you, this was a live stream, so
Yeah.
other people were watching him doing this in the moment. This isn't just him doing this for fun on his own. He is broadcasting this. I joined OF 6 years ago because I was desperate. It's like
And he kept it going.
you're making a joke out of something that some people have to do to make money. To turn someone doing what they do
All right, relax, dude. Relax.
to make money into a joke, for you to make money to make content like this in front of.
It's actually interesting though, like when it comes to Scott Shafer, his perspective on gay OnlyFans just changes like instantaneously. He seems to only care to be anti-Caleb Hammer. And the reason I say that is because in the first video, there was a scathing critique on Caleb Hammer because some weird guy named Zeke, who is obsessed with being a social media content creator, went on the show. And one of the things he asked Caleb is if Caleb could help hook him up with an OnlyFans collab with a girl. And Caleb was like, oh, would you be open to an OnlyFans collab with a boy? Apparently that's over the line and some kind of sexual harassment. But it's not. If you're going to do OnlyFans as your career and you're going to open it up, you can be a mature adult and have like the boundaries on sex will be a little bit different, or the boundaries on sexual conversation. Like, hey, are you willing to do a gay OnlyFans if you're willing to do a straight OnlyFans? Here's how I would answer. No, thank you. There you go. Very easy. But now all of a sudden, like our perspective on gay OnlyFans is like, wow, look, this guy's a victim. And he was. Like, just to be clear, I like Caleb. But like this guy, Caleb went a little far here socially. I don't know about illegal. But like, it's just interesting. It just seems to be Caleb Hammer bad. It doesn't seem to actually be like an actual critique of anything.
People watching this as well just feels really wrong.
Let's keep scrolling. Oh, there's a dick. There's.
You would expect that.
My huge 9-day out of my.
Oh my god.
Enjoy some dirty talk role play.
Whoa.
Mind you, this is all behind a paywall. No one has access to this unless you pay for the subscription. So
there's leak sites, when you get popular enough.
It feels even more invasive for the fact that he has subscribed just to be like explaining things and describing things and going through the details of what he sees, I think is so unbelievably wrong.
Now, it's one thing to
I think it's inappropriate, but okay.
just describe what is in an OnlyFans video, but Caleb took
a next step, and he actually joined in his butt.
it a step further, and multiple times played audio of Bradley climaxing and having intercourse to his audience live on stream.
Butthole
Wow.
exposed, unshowered for 7 days.
Okay, they muted the audio.
Okay, very good.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Caleb, you fucking asshole. What are you doing, dude?
That's unbelievable. I would never do.
I mean, listen, here's one of the things, whether you like this or not. This almost looks good for Caleb in the capacity that Caleb is a consistent, like, fucking gooner. He takes it too far with his, like, weird gooner jokes. Well, by the way, I make the same jokes, but I'm just better at the optics. But this is all consistent. Like, Caleb goes too far with some weird gooner ass jokes, talking about fucking pegging and playing some dude's OnlyFans and, you know, showing his O face, or not his O face, but like the audio. It's like, dude, come on. He's got a fucking pattern of like, oh, doing too much. It's like, you know, so on the one hand, probably gotta reel that in. But on the other hand, at least we have an established pattern that Caleb is an edgy little jokester over here. Edgy little gooner jokester. So yeah, build differently. Build differently. It's like the fucking Energizer Bunny over here. You just can't stop.
Do this to someone.
Remember those commercials, guys?
This is just such. This says everything I need to know about him.
That's a chicken he's having sex with there.
Okay,
I don't know what it is.
Right there. Right
Terrible.
there.
Terrible.
You could hear the bed creaking, and there's, which I don't even know if I could say that word on
I don't even
here.
know what word he
How
said.
he was able to upload this to YouTube and his page is shocking to me.
Shocking.
Saying that this feels like what you're doing is pushing. And then someone replied saying, this video should probably at least be age restricted because you're literally talking about this stuff. But he also put the audio in this video, which I agree, if someone under the age of 18 heard that or even saw him talking this way, his response to those comments was, I have enough money to retire. I'm just working for fun now.
That's just fucking crazy, Caleb. What a flex.
That comment tells me everything I need to know about this person.
He's rich. That's what tells you what you need to know. It's crazy.
Now that is 100% illegal.
Is it illegal? I don't know if it's 100% illegal. It might be illegal. He might. Well, I mean, there's no real court case to have because Caleb took it down. So I think that the first thing you would do is a cease and desist. But like the illegality, I mean, I think that you could make a solid argument, especially if you're rich and have a good lawyer, that it was very transformative commentary. He wasn't showing the whole thing, and if anything, it actually might have helped the guy plug his OnlyFans. So I don't know about illegal.
You cannot play audio of someone's paywalled adult content to your live stream of viewers who did not pay for that content.
Maybe. Again, it might be transformative. I see people like Big Joel play people's OnlyFans porn. No, I'm just kidding. But like I'll see people do movie reviews, and they'll play snippets of the movie, even if those are paywalled. Like they'll watch a Netflix movie, and those are paywalled, and those still stay up. So the illegality, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's debatable. It wasn't like the entire thing. He wasn't watching the video start to finish. He just watched the finish. So I don't think that would be illegal. I mean, maybe you'd have to take him to court over it. So I don't really think it's the same thing. That's why leak sites are illegal, but that's not the same thing. We're not talking about a leak. We're talking about playing some audio and describing some pictures. We're not talking about the actual full audio with the video in there. I think that you can make an argument that it was like definitely a poor critique, but you can make an argument that it was like a transformative critique enough. So, yeah, I don't know about illegal. I think if that's your standard for illegal, it's a pretty tough one.
Bradley 100% has a claim to sue Caleb for what he did.
So help him out. Do a GoFundMe. Where is it? Take him down. You got your store in there. Take him down. Let's take down Caleb Hammer, dude. Let's do it.
That's on top of it being against YouTube's terms of service to...
Oh, shit. Explicit content that violates his policy. Oh, fuck. It could result in channel termination. Whoa. This policy applies to real-world, dramatized, illustrated, and animated content, including sex scenes, video games, and music. Do not post content on YouTube that shows the depiction of clothed or unclothed genitals, breasts, or buttocks that are meant for sexual gratification, pornography, the depiction of sexual acts or fetishes that are meant for sexual gratification. Well, it's all audio, so I don't know. Oh, here we go. This policy applies to videos, video descriptions, comments, live streams, audio, and any other YouTube product or feature. Remember, these are just examples. Don't post content if you think it might violate the policy. Whoa, Caleb, you're done. You're going to take down your entire fucking live stream channel. You're over. You're fucking done, dude.
Put sexually explicit content in your
done.
videos or live streams.
You're done, bro.
Everyone that was watching...
You're done. That one, he's probably valid. He probably could have got a little slap on that one. But you'd probably just get like a content warning at worst on that one. So I don't think that he would get like a permanent termination.
That live stream was exposed to X-rated audio without their consent, and it's quite possible that children were exposed to this as well.
Yep, just like when your friend Bradley was playing the game where you sell drugs that's also children could have been exposed to that. Like, yeah, okay. I don't know how many kids are watching Caleb Hammer. So I don't think he's the next Coco Melon. But yeah, sure, maybe.
Unlike Caleb's previous clip, where he accidentally showed boobs on screen,
Boobs.
this was 100% done on purpose and breaks multiple YouTube rules and laws by doing so.
Yep, I don't know about the laws thing, but okay.
Was Caleb ever punished by YouTube for live streaming this? Of course not.
Well, you don't actually know that. His rep might have told him, like, hey, listen, this was pretty fucked behind the scenes. You really don't know. But no, probably not in any meaningful or significant capacity. But I don't think any of us would be. So I think that you might at worst get like a content warning for like nudity or graphic content.
Once you make enough money for the platform, they don't care what you do.
They don't care what you do. They don't give a fuck what you do. Okay. All conspiracy theories.
In this next section, we're going to go over a number of members-only videos that
Whoa.
Caleb has since deleted to hide some of his horrible and possibly illegal actions.
Oh, fuck, Caleb. What are you doing, dude?
Now, unlike Caleb, who isn't very bright,
How'd you even know? He posts like 45 videos a week. How the fuck did you even see him?
I know that I can't actually show video or audio of these clips since they have always been paywalled content, but I can describe.
You can. In fact, you can do that. I'll show you right now that you can react to somebody's paywall content here on the Papa Gut Leftovers channel. Ignore that. I reacted to Caleb Hammer calling me live. Well, he wasn't live. He was doing a bit. Well, he was doing like a post show. But anyway, it's members only. I reacted to the part where he specifically called me. So, guess what? I'm here. You got fucking owned, dude. Got him. Papa Got Leftovers channel. Just plenty of extra shorter form commentary content for you guys to goon to. Again, such as this Papa Gut went on financial audit video. And I'm not going to get in any fucking trouble. Okay? That's the price you pay for being my friend, Caleb. Apparently, the videos weren't deleted. The streams just generally go private after they're done. So it's not something that they turned off. Like, it's just part of their flow and not necessarily an admission of guilt. That's my understanding.
What is in them. And I have saved copies of the video as evidence if Caleb does ever decide to sue me.
Whoa, let's see it.
There are also websites like Caleb Scammer, which have cataloged all of Caleb's content, including deleted videos.
Well, this seems like it's illegal, isn't it? You should be really against Caleb Scammer instead of plugging it.
So Caleb deleting these videos.
Ah, look at that. You like that? Do you guys like how he gives Caleb shit for doing illegal stuff? Like watching people's paid content for a little bit on stream, and then he plugs somebody else's like paid content rip of Caleb Hammer's content? That's interesting. That's interesting.
Cataloged all of Caleb's content.
Caleb, just so you guys know, if you ever want to bypass the paying Caleb Hammer, so there you go. We got it all over the screen for you. Plausible deniability plug for watching Caleb, hate watching his content, I guess. I don't know why you would go there unless you hated him and still wanted to watch him. It really makes no sense.
Including deleted videos. So Caleb deleting these videos hasn't prevented them from being circulated and showing what a terrible person he truly is.
Terrible person. Horrible guy.
I don't pay for mine. Why are you paying, guy?
What are they talking about?
It's so dumb. And also, there are sites where you can see what's behind the paywall for free.
Many of these clips have ended up on the Creepy Caleb Hammer subreddit.
That was a clip about using some kind of thing to bypass a paywall. What's creepy about that? Oh, we did it. I was right. He's just referencing a Reddit. Creepy Caleb.
The clips of Caleb possibly committing a crime were quickly
verification on that one, huh? What?
Deleted by Caleb's legal team.
I'm too loud? Bro, shut up, bro. Don't fucking make fun of me, dude. Come on. Here, I'll turn the video up. We're like halfway done, but it's... Okay, what was that?
The clips of Caleb possibly committing a crime.
I'm not that loud, dude. What do you're gaslighting me.
Were quickly deleted by Caleb's legal team.
Which crime?
To try and prevent people from realizing what...
How do you know it was his legal team? What?
Disgusting human being he truly is.
Disgusting stuff.
But you can see from the comments.
This seems like enough for a subpoena from subpoena. Thanks, Caleb. This guy, not a computer guy, saying it seems like enough for a subpoena that you've highlighted. This guy's probably knows what he's talking about. He probably knows exactly what he's talking about.
just how gross these clips actually were.
Yeah,
As Caleb
so
has
gross.
threatened to sue me in the past, I have to take all precautions, and I reached out to
It doesn't really seem like you are making very many precautions, Mr. Shafer.
Caleb's legal team for comment about the clips we're about to talk about.
Hi, Tyler. I made a video on Caleb last year, who at the time was a client of yours. I believe he still is, but would like to verify that with you. If he still is, I have a few questions you and him can look over, and I would like responses for a follow-up video I'll be doing on him. A few months ago, Caleb used his official Twitch account to make jokes about his employee being attracted to 12-year-olds and would like to be paid to peg a 12-year-old. Jesus Christ. Screenshot below. Screenshots, just so you know. Caleb has repeated multiple times inappropriate comments about sexual activities with minor children. I would like the clarification from Caleb that these are indeed just jokes, and he does not act on this continued behavior he talks about. Uh-oh. Also, does he believe that it's appropriate for a financial YouTuber with millions of followers to act like this, even if it's just jokes? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know. I feel like if it's just joke, okay, whatever. On a subreddit post, after Caleb was accused of inappropriate behavior on a date, he... What does that mean? What did he do on the date? He claimed that I got consent recorded. What? Oh, I get consent recorded. Others who have been at his house have verified that he has a camera in his bedroom pointed at his bed, and in a video he has stated that he has recorded sexual acts at his home. Well, I mean, who cares if he records them as long as it's consensual? From his subreddit post, he seems to believe he can record whatever he wants in his home. Well, kind of. Yeah, especially if the camera's displayed clearly. And when it comes to sex, as long as they're aware of it, I don't know if it's true, though. Does he actually have a camera in his bed? Anyway, because it's a one-party consent state. However, from the research I've done, that does not give you permission to record sex with people without their knowledge. Can you, Caleb, verify that he knows it's illegal and he's not doing this? Well, how do you know he's recording himself having sex with people with a camera in his bed? Okay. Is there any... Why do you even think that he has a camera in his bed? Because some people said so? Others who have been at his house have verified that he has a camera in his bedroom. How do they verify it? Making a claim isn't a verification. So unless they showed you a picture of it, then that's not an actual verification. But okay. Attached below is an unreleased blank where they interview several women who have claimed inappropriate sexual behavior from Caleb. Oh shit, we got to see that. Some of it could even be classified as sexual assault. Oh shit, what is the inappropriate behavior? Does he make a joke or does he fucking pounce on him? Please look over the attached pages and let me know if Caleb would like to deny any of these claims. Wow. Why don't you release the document? If you're so sure that Caleb is a sexual predator, why don't you fucking release it? In a live stream, Caleb and his team did several of his employees voice frustration that Caleb, who is making millions of dollars a year at YouTube, does not provide health insurance for his employees. As of October 22nd, 2025, does Caleb provide health insurance at all to all or any of his employees, not including himself? Okay, I don't even know. I don't know if I care about that, but okay. How old was this live stream? Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say. I know when he was thinking about moving to New York, he was talking about giving everybody that moved with him a 33% increase. So I feel like, for cost of living. So I feel like Caleb's probably not a terrible boss. Anyway, finally, if you're still representing Caleb Hammer, you will also be part of an upcoming video. So I have a question for you. You've mentioned in several videos on your YouTube channel that you used to work for big companies and didn't like the way they operated and wanted to help creators now. In one video, ex-Disney lawyer reveals why Disney fired Victoria Alonso. You mentioned you were a woman executive that has been silenced in Hollywood. You seem to want to stand up for women and protect them, but defend a YouTuber who has an immense amount of horrible allegations about him by many women. By defending him, you are helping silence those women's stories. Is there a dollar amount your morals go out the window, or are all those things about helping women and creators on your YouTube channel just for show and have no real meaning behind any of it? That's incredible. What's so funny about this is over here, Scott's like, hey, attached below is an unreleased something where they interviewed several women. Why haven't you released that? If you're so sure that Caleb Hammer is a fucking sexual predator, why are you holding on to this video for however long that you've been holding on to it? Have you been holding on to it for a month, year? Why wouldn't this be your video? Why wouldn't you include these allegations in your video? That seems like you're the one that's actually not defending women if you're holding on to this just to go after Caleb Hammer instead of releasing it as soon as possible to educate the world on how much of a supposed predator he is. It's ridiculous. Also, Caleb Hammer's apparently they've had health insurance for 8 months now. So it sounds like they were scaling the business up. So, yeah, it's good critique though. I like it a lot. It's definitely not. This is definitely not. This is a little. By the way, this is an obsessive paragraph. Like, you look like a terminally online freak for this.
No response was given, but oddly enough, all the videos I mentioned in my emails suddenly disappeared.
I'm sure that's true.
And any trace of them have been wiped from Caleb's channel.
What videos are you talking about? What?
I'm sure that was just a coincidence, though. And
I'm so confused. Oh, you think that because you sent an email? What videos are you referring to that he had up? Like the stuff where he accidentally showed a boob. Obviously, he's going to take that down. Then you have the moment where he said his friend's live stream. I don't even know if it's up. I don't care to look. The video about Brandon is not up. I know he took it down. A while ago. Nothing to do with you, because he felt bad about it. We talk in private, so he felt really bad about that one. What do you think you did? This guy has main character complex. He's actually he's a weird guy. He has like a legitimate main character complex.
Caleb definitely isn't trying to hide his horrible behavior.
Yeah, he definitely isn't. That's why he keeps making the stupid jokes. That's his biggest issue, is he won't stop making gooner jokes. I don't know why this guy just I don't know why he needs to lie. That's the biggest thing, is like, it's one thing is he's like, hey, look at all the bad things I feel like Caleb Hammer did. Okay, fine, but like then he just has to lie. It's so strange.
From being exposed. Now, the first video in question was a 12-hour-long subathon Caleb Hammer did back in March.
You think he's going to leave the 12-hour-long subathon up on his channel? That sounds like something you would put on private after you were done, since it's not representative of his content, no? The
subathon video itself no longer exists, but Caleb's
probably not. It's probably on private.
Team forgot to wipe all traces of the video from his channel.
It's probably because they weren't trying to, and that you're trying to spin a malicious narrative.
As the subathon trailer can still be seen on his page.
Oh, it looks like the subathon's on member only, so they did a members only afterwards. I feel like most content creators do this. They'll do like a live stream and then put it on members only. I do this, okay?
But you can't watch the video unless you're a channel member. Most of the
okay.
subathon is pretty boring up until the end of the video, when Caleb's entire staff decided to participate in a roast of Caleb Hammer.
Oh man, that's crazy.
At the end of the roast, Caleb got on stage and decided it was time to make some of the most inappropriate and assault jokes you've ever heard.
I wouldn't doubt it, but it sounds like they were roasting each other, so...
Caleb targeted his employee, bitch Brandon,
okay,
and went on a tirade saying that Brandon, a womanizer and a woman beater, you're basically Chris Brown if he let himself go and develop diabetes.
Wow, that's fucked up.
The only thing fatter than your gut are the bruises you've left on your exes.
That's crazy, dude. What the fuck?
Honestly, Brandon.
Hey guys, I'm going to show you something that was deleted, but actually not deleted. And also, this is a roast. And I don't know if you guys know what a roast is, but you're supposed to be as nice as possible.
You're collecting amazing sales for the company. Of course, it's not as impressive as the amount of kits connected to your name.
Jesus Christ.
But what the audience might not know is you've got a lot of tattoo ink on your body.
Wow.
I can't tell if it's because you're a cool person or if your body is an obituary page of all your beaten to death exes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Caleb, I gotta tell you, bro. You cannot do this behavior. Okay, you cannot. I know that this is a joke about Brandon, okay? I don't know where this joke comes from. But you gotta this is fucking crazy, dude. You definitely, Scott is a lying fucking snake, but I would say that optically, you gotta watch your brand a little better with some of this stuff. It's definitely fucking wild. I'm sure nobody was upset or offended by any of these jokes, and everybody was having a fun time. Like, the joke's funny. It's crazy. But, it's the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's a little crazy. I'd be careful with those, personally. But you know what? Maybe I'm too sensitive. You never know. But yeah, I don't think that Braden is actually a woman beater, because he's gay and he beats men.
It's important to
consensually
note that of the 15 or so
Caleb Hammer Caleb's Scammer website has the video, but I can't show it for legal reasons. Guys, so just to be absolutely clear, if you actually think it's a crime to show somebody's private and members only content, which you could actually show it because it would be considered Like, it is within fair use to show that, because you're not showing the whole stream. You're showing a snippet of it for a specific point. But if you actually thought that was illegal, referencing Caleb's scammer, that sounds objectively illegal. That is uploading fully Caleb Hammer's content without any commentary whatsoever that would have any impact on the transformation of the video. So like, I don't understand, like, this Scott, like, this is like an idiot thing to do. This is, I'm pretty sure, illegal. You're directly telling people to go and watch a website called Caleb's Scammer that has all this content without the paywall. Like, I feel like that's probably actually illegal. For legal reasons, I can't show you 35 seconds of a clip from a live stream, so I'm going to do a silent shout out to a video that maliciously takes money away from Caleb Hammer. Like, you do know that, like, from a legal perspective, this makes you look really bad. This opens you up more than anything else to being, like, legitimately sued. Right? Like, especially right now with the temperature of YouTube, there are people out there suing people for malicious behavior. This is I don't think it would be difficult for a lawyer to string an argument of malicious nature here. So I don't know why. Like, I don't think that this guy cares about the legality of everything. I think that when he does this legal bullshit, it's a virtue signal. Caleb did an illegal thing. By the way, let me plug this illegal website. It's like, okay, great stuff, Scott. Did you make Caleb Scammer? What the fuck?
Employees that were there for the roast, no one laughed at any of the jokes.
Whoa, I wish we could see it.
Even Caleb's own employees knew how disgusting and over the top it was.
Oh, shit. Well, this is probably true because it's on a anti-Caleb Hammer subreddit.
For their boss to make these comments about one of his own employees. I think this is a big reason why the subathon was deleted from his channel.
Well, you said it wasn't deleted. All right, so just to clarify, the video itself is gone. That was just like the members only plug that was on there. I guess it was a video that plugged it. But if you have it on that Caleb Scammer website, you can put it up. I'm pretty sure that would be, you could still react to that. Because it would be the tidbits from it. Just because it's deleted doesn't mean that it's gone forever and you can no longer react to it. What the fuck? Let's continue.
No, channel, because he doesn't want channel members to see just how disgusting and revolting he truly is.
It's true. So true. Maybe he gooned too close to the sun with those jokes, dude.
Now, the next clip I'm going to talk about, Caleb deleted, in my opinion, to hide illegal activity.
Gotcha. That's a good opinion to have.
This clip requires a little context before I talk about the actual clip, though.
Oh, okay.
Back in February, a young lady who went on a date with Caleb that had a horrible experience posted about him on the creepy...
I got Caleb banned from Hinge. Oh, Bumble and Tinder. Damn, Caleb, did you really get banned from all those? What the hell? Sharing my story because despite what he has claimed, it was a real person who went on a real horrible date with him and reported him to the apps. We got to read this whole ass thing. Sorry, Caleb. This is what we got to do, baby. This is how it works. Let's collapse that. All right. So sharing my story because despite what he said, or he has claimed, it was a real person who went on a really horrible date with him and reported him to the apps. Oh, shit. Apparently, Caleb's unbanned now after a week. Maybe they're hiding something. I don't know. No, I'm not a devoted hater or fan. I'm just a girl who lives in Austin looking for a boyfriend who made the mistake of going out with him. This was a very brief overview of what happened. I matched with him and we met up for a date. This was a few weeks ago. Okay, so how long ago was this? 9 months ago? Okay. Everything seemed fine. He was nice, dorky, and in my opinion, cute. Whoa, in my opinion. She's not too confident about that one. That's not nice. We were supposed to go out to eat where we met, but it was early time for dinner, so he asked if I wanted to hang out at his place for a little bit before dinner. I was definitely apprehensive about this, and I literally just met him, but he said he lives really close by and wasn't looking to hook up, just to hang out for a bit until we got hungry. Does she show screenshots of this? Because I'm assuming that this is all done through text. I agreed. Keep in mind, he said he lives close by. He said he had no intention of hooking up. I guess I also had more trust because he was more of a well-known person who seemed to be very careful. That's not true. I should note that while I'm not personally a fan, just hadn't really seen his content other than a few shorts and a video a while ago of Graham Stephan. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like people who aren't fans of people don't know about their fucking hate Twitters, but okay, maybe I'm wrong. of Graham Stephan, who I am a big fan of, reacting to him. He told me, him and Graham were like best buds. Wow, Caleb, I'm feeling betrayed here. So I don't know why, but that did make me trust him more. Okay, so far he's grooming her. He also hadn't given me any indication of being creepy. He was nice and funny. This changed very quickly once we started driving. He put his hand on my upper thigh, and I quickly pushed him off and said, "I'm not ready for that." He said, "Oh, sorry, you're just so attractive, whatever." And I said, "It's okay." A couple minutes later, he put his hand back on and said, "What are you?" And I said, "What are you doing?" I had literally just told him no. He said, "Oh, I thought you said it was okay." So I had to clarify that I meant it was okay that it happened, not that I'm okay with it. Okay. At that point, I started getting really nervous and realizing I didn't really know anything about the person I was in the car with, but I didn't want to overreact, and maybe he had just really misunderstood my very clearly stated physical boundaries. Incredible. But still, I suggested we not go to his house and maybe go somewhere more neutral to do a more date-like activity, to which he started saying, "Well, there's not really anything to do around here. Mind you, we're in Austin, like the middle of downtown." He also told me, "Oh, there's a bit of traffic, so it'll be a bit further to get to my house." Mind you, he had said he lives really close by. It was 30 minutes away. I don't know how bad Austin traffic is, so. Each one of these things isn't like the end of the world, but together, all these red flags were making me nervous. After we finally got to the house, I was just hoping my anxieties were just me being nervous and everything would be fine. Oh boy, was I wrong, because it got much worse. Much, much worse. Emphasis on the double much. We initially were going to watch TV, but we couldn't because the couch was covered with a sticky substance. Caleb, what are you doing, dude? I don't know what it was, but it was all over the entire couch. Seemed like a sticky oil substance. He blamed the dog walker, but like I said, I have no idea. I guess it was cum or baby oil or something. You know, what is it called? The P. Diddley hole? That also stood out to me as weird, but on its own, not totally crazy. But like I previously said, all the things that seemed off were really piling up. After he asked me if I wanted to tour the house, and I said yes, sure, whatever. I was kind of already trying to stay calm. As we walked through the house, he started bumping into me conveniently to kind of like feel me up, basically. Oh my Lord. Just for like a second or so, and I feel like I didn't even have time to react, like grabbing my ass and stuff. Also, I think an important thing to note is there were no normal buildup of romance or even like any romantic connection. Wow. Caleb says this was literally from being cleaned from the cleaners right before we got there. Okay. He had made 0 attempts to kiss me or to hold my hand or even really flirt. So the feeling up thing was bizarre. Anyway, on the tour, quote unquote, he had hit one of the buttons that makes all the blinds come down. Sorry, this is crazy. Down again. Not like a big deal, but it was getting hella ominous. What is he setting mood lighting? Is he going to start spinning his bed and asking are you horny, baby? Right? From Austin Powers? That might be a little obscure. You guys are young. So this tour ends in his bedroom where he asked me to take a bath in front of him, like straight up as if that was a normal thing to do. He asked by telling me he could separate himself from the sexuality. I was like, what does that mean? At this point, I was full on fucking scared shitless. He said again, I could separate myself from sexuality, and I said, no, I don't want to take a bath with a guy I met 30 minutes ago. It's crazy. Also, keep in mind, I'm looking for a relationship. My profile was clear on that. I was clear on that. That's crazy. What the fuck? He was clear before I agreed to get in his car that he was not trying to hook up. After that, he seemed so confused on Earth. Confused on why on earth I wouldn't want to do that totally normal request for him. I don't know if you guys can tell. She's being facetious and sarcastic. He said, well, I have a bathing suit for you to wear. Like, okay, that doesn't make it better. This is fucking weird if this is true. What the fuck? At this point, I said, I'm okay, thanks, and basically ran around him out of the bathroom into the kitchen. He followed me and was like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, but okay. Okay. I was just kind of freaking out internally, like, fuck, what do I do? This guy has me 30 minutes away from anyone I could text to get me. Well, here, I'm going to do this. Okay, so apparently Austin traffic is considered very bad. So, I mean, 28 minutes away, Average speed 17 miles an hour. I mean, what is the math on that? An hour and a half to get a mile? That's not even true. I don't even know. That was horrible. That math was terrible. Anyway, you drive very slow. So I don't know if they were actually 28 minutes away. You're probably, you know, I don't think it's like, oh, I was like fucking 100 miles away from my, you know. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I was freaking out. This guy had to be 30 minutes away from anyone I could get, could text to get me. Well, that's true. You could leave. You could just walk out. This story is a little crazy though. He then walked up behind me and started massaging my shoulders and was like, well, why don't I give you a message? Whoa, Caleb, what message? Since you've never gotten one before. Yeah, let me grab my oil. Oh, that was guys, that's the oil from the couch. The sticky cum oil. I started thinking about the couch being all covered in oil. I looked to the side of me and there was a camera pointed towards me. We were on the couch and internally I was like, oh, fuck. So I moved away from him and went on the other side of the island. We were in the kitchen. Damn, he must have a big-ass house at this point. And said, you are making me really uncomfortable right now. Shit. Caleb, release the footage. Release the footage. Show us the Riz. Well, I don't know if it's Riz. I'll read the rest of the story. This is a little crazy, but... Oh shit, we got 2 links. We have a lot to go through on this story here. Holy fuck. And he was just like, no, I'm not. Why would you say that? Basically going through the same mental gymnastics he had been using with the leg thing in my car. He said, why are you backing away from me? I have to point out that if you are ever in a situation where you have a girl alone with you and she says you're making me uncomfortable, I think she means maybe take some time to reflect on it. Really think to yourself why she might possibly be doing that. He then was basically berating me saying, like, why did you want me to come here? As if I had come up with the idea. Are you a sexual person? Are you a sexual person? He asked those both over and over. He kept saying, I can't read you. When's the last time you had sex? How long did you wait to have sex? What's the loudest you've ever been? Jesus Christ. While also maintaining that he was not trying to hook up with me, and I was crazy for thinking it was. Did I read this? These are not normal questions. He actually promised me that he wasn't trying to sleep with me that moment, and it was crazy because he was so insisting. He literally had 2 storylines going at once, and I was just trying to keep things calm and convince him to bring me somewhere else. He was getting more and more mad and said he didn't want to go out after he just drove 30 minutes here, which is crazy because I wouldn't have gone there had I known it was 30 minutes away. He purposely misled me to believe he lived close by. He probably did live close by. It was just a long drive because the traffic is so terrible. That's why we need high-speed rail. Am I right, Caleb? He was really mad and was just like, I've given you plenty of things to do here. Keep in mind, the things to do were option A, take off your clothes and take a bath, maybe in some bathing suit with an unknown history, or B, get a oil massage. C, did he, am I right? I'm just kidding. Which I assume would come with some other need clothes removal and possibly have something to do with the sticky couch. Anyway, I thought about grabbing my bag and running out the door, but honestly, I didn't know if I'd make it. And at this point, I just wanted to keep it calm and not have him more angry. I didn't know if I would make it. Did he present a threat? I mean, at this point, seems like so based on her story, he's being a sex pest for no reason. But like, what was he actually seemed threatening? You could definitely tell I was scared though, because he asked if I was cold, and I looked down at my body was shaking. Oh shit. Anyway, I kept trying to nicely say, hey, let's go bowling or something, or I'm hungry now. Let's get some food. I started putting on my shoes and was like, are you ready to go? And he just sat down and looked at me angrily. So I was like, okay, well, can we walk outside? And grabbed my bag and started towards the front door, and he agreed. Okay. We started, so I guess there was no threat of forcing you there, but okay. We started walking down the street, and there was like nothing. I had kind of thought maybe if there was a fast food place or something, I could convince him to go inside just to lock myself in the bathroom. Okay. Seems a little unbelievable. You get him out of the house by putting your shoes on, saying, hey, I'm hungry. And then you're like, okay, I gotta go to a fast food place. I gotta lock myself in there. I feel like once you're out and you're in public, couldn't you just like, oh, we're good, can't do anything? But all right, gotcha. it was also getting dark out, so I couldn't see very far. And what are you, fucking blind? What? Why can't you see very far? It seems like a busy area with lights. Couldn't see very far? Where were you guys? Wait, hold on. There was 30 minutes of traffic for like fucking 10 miles away. Wait, you couldn't see very far? I don't know. That seems a little implausible. But okay. Anyway, she couldn't see very far because streetlights don't exist. And they were just walking down the street. We walked a little bit, and he pointed out his super overgrown path, and that's a nice walk. That's definitely not where I'd kidnap and murder you. Caleb 100% said this. I guarantee you, Caleb 100% said this. Caleb said this. They saw a creepy path, and he's like, "Oh, I definitely wouldn't kidnap and murder you." He said that. Oh, all right. So Caleb said apparently his neighborhood is very dark, but also he said that he tried to call an Uber for her 4 times and she refused. So we'll get the full story. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get Caleb's side. I think he was just kidding, but at this point, who knows? I think he was just kidding. But I was trying to keep things chill, so I said, "Ha, I'm okay. I don't want to get my white shoes dirty." Whoa, that sounds racist. Internally, I literally had started praying like, "God, please help me. I don't know what to do." At that point, I think he just gave up, LOL, because he said, "We're not really vibing. Why don't you get an Uber home?" I was like, "Oh no, that's too bad." But also happy because, I was getting to leave. I will say, though, it's really, really messed up to bring a girl 30 minutes away at the point that I was almost 40 minutes away from where I lived just to make it her Uber home. Like any decent person would just brought her back. What? No, okay. I don't believe this story whatsoever now, honestly. Just to get this straight, you make this fucking indirect claim that he was like trapping you in his house and that you felt that you needed to get to a McDonald's ASAP to lock yourself in the bathroom, but then you're going to criticize him for getting you an Uber home instead of driving him yourself because that's the decent thing to do? What the fuck are you talking about? You just made it seem like he wants to fucking like rape and murder you, and now it's like, yeah, asshole didn't even bring me home. Like, why? You just said you were terrified. You would never say this. This is how I know this entire fucking story is full of shit. You would have never said this. I'm watching this. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some different ways that there can be different communications that were indirect. This just makes you look insane. You look like a fucking unhinged animal. I'm sorry, but you cannot go on about how you were made to feel so unsafe you wanted to lock yourself in a fast food bathroom and then say, yeah, it was kind of shitty of him to not drive me home 30 minutes. You just played up that he was trying to sexually assault you in the fucking car out of nowhere, and now you want to go back in a car with him for a half-hour drive? No. Just no, didn't happen. She's just lying. I'm sorry, but she's just lying. This is just not real. This is not true. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure the story is true. What probably happened is, I went on a date with Caleb Hammer. We just didn't really have a vibe. And I went home, and some of the stuff was kind of weird. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know, dude. I wonder if she went there to try to get some money out of Caleb somehow. I don't know. Caleb, I'm going to blackmail you. You better give me $5,000 right now. Caleb, give me taquitos or you're done. Okay, anyway, I was almost 40 minutes away from where I lived just to make her Uber home. Like, any decent person would have just brought me back to where we met. But honestly, at that point, it was the least of my concern. Yeah, the fact that you were portraying him as a violent predator is probably a bigger concern than him not driving you home, huh? Yeah, right. I gotta stop following the talking points that you're feeding me literally on the screen. This is crazy to me. That's crazy. Yeah, I can't believe the creepy predator is not chivalrous. That's her narrative here, by the way. It's fucking crazy. Holy shit. My wife's recording right now for Vlogmas. Check out the Rob and Dan channel in the description below. That'll probably be up the first. We're doing Vlogmas, like 1 video a week or something, right? Yeah. So this is there's really serious, credible accusations that Caleb Hammer took a girl on a date, acted like a creepy predator, and then wouldn't drive her home after she complained about him being a creepy predator. Doesn't that make sense? Wouldn't you want to be in a car with somebody and complain about how they wouldn't drive you home if they just molested you?
I feel like we just heard another similar story.
Yeah, no, it wasn't similar. This was a long time ago what you're referring to. Wow, incredible stuff. The narrative makes sense. Anyway, check out the Leftover channel too. Incredible. Anyway, I followed him back into the house and got an Uber. Why would you go back in the house if you're afraid this guy's going to beat you up or whatever? He did offer multiple times to pay for it, but I literally did not want his money. The person who got my trip, like the Uber driver, was super, super sketchy, LOL. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to get in this Uber. Wow, I guess her whole life is just, she's a victim of every circumstance. Like, I'm not going to survive Caleb Hammer, so I don't know. How do you say you're not going to survive Caleb Hammer after you just talked about how he wasn't being chivalrous enough to drive you home? If you read through this and you pose this as like a serious fucking, shot against Caleb, you are stupid. I don't know what to tell you. Reading up to this point, massive red flag. Anyway, like, I'm not going to swear. Yeah, okay. But while we were waiting, he was just kind of like smoothing things over, I guess. He basically told me he had been trying to hook up with me. Yeah, obviously I'm not stupid, but it was actually my fault for using Tinder. Okay, so it sounds like he was looking for a hookup and you weren't. I'm okay, except we had actually talked about it first, whatever. Okay, so show this. This is one of the things too. You're sitting here saying, hey, we're on Tinder. I was looking for a serious relationship. Caleb wasn't. Okay, maybe that's true. So why don't you just show the screenshot of it? Why don't you just show us a screenshot of you guys texting each other? Like, couldn't you do that? Wouldn't you be able to like take that screenshot and just show that Caleb was like, oh yeah, I definitely want a relationship? Why not show that? Like, did he unmatch immediately or something? I don't really know how Tinder works. I haven't used it in such a long time. I don't remember if that's a thing. That like all the chats go away. I don't really remember. But why not take a picture of that and just be like, yeah, he lied to me. Okay, I don't. What you should have screenshot evidence. I just kind of went along with whatever he said at the end. And when I was booking my Uber, I actually sent my mom my location just because I had been afraid to do it before when he was watching me. But he was like, "You're not uncomfortable?" And I was like, and I said, "I'm not uncomfortable." Okay. Great communication skills. He said, you're not going to dox me, which I'm obviously not. But anyway, stuff like that. This is interesting because it's a conversation about people talk about power dynamics a lot, which are definitely real. But I do think that there needs to be more of a conversation about power dynamics against large creators. Because if you're a nobody and then you like up against a large creator, like you have the power to, well, pose disingenuous information to people. For one, like this is obviously disingenuous. You could just tell by that her narrative makes no sense. But also, like, yeah, you could dox him if you want. You have more power in this scenario than anything else. So, then after all that bullshit, this man had the audacity to ask me on a second date. That's funny. Also, just keep in mind, you should always be sending your location to somebody to let them know. And let your person know that you're on a date with, that everybody knows your location, you know, whether you're a boy or a girl. He told me he actually doesn't like hooking up and it makes him feel bad. No shit, if this is how you do it, what the fuck? He said he's actually looking for a wife and then said you're really attractive. And it would be a different experience like for girls he meets on Hinge or something. Like I passed some insane purity test. And I was honestly just in shock. Like this whole situation was so insane to me. I just said, I don't know about that. And he was like, that's totally fine. You don't have to. And then proceeded to insult my hair, like saying my roots were really fucking grown out. Okay, great. Which, in all fairness, he was right. I'm not going to argue with that, but definitely shows his maturity, I guess. Well, if he was right, I guess it shows his accuracy. After that, he basically told me that I need to work on being more trusting of him and the Uber. He walked me out. I mean, that might be true. It sounds like she might actually have some kind of like a fucking like anxiety problem. Typical woman, am I right? I have an anxiety problem. He walked me out, asked me one more time to say I wouldn't dox him, and gave me a hug. He also asked that I tell him when I get home safe or whatever. Okay, sounds like a very chivalrous guy. The Uber ride was actually very sus, so I was right. Who cares about your fucking Uber driver? It doesn't matter about Caleb Hammer. The driver tried to make a stop mid-ride and only didn't when I told him my mom was watching our trip. Anyway, I wouldn't have had to get in the sketchy Uber. All right, Caleb is all the problem. If it wasn't for Caleb, but whatever, it was probably safer with the guy than him. Oh, so now it's safer. You've been giving him shit for not taking you home, but now it might have been safer. This is the problem, is that people are very stupid. So if you're gonna try to put together like a well-crafted narrative that Caleb Hammer is a predator, you would have never dropped that you wanted him to bring you home because you would have been afraid. But she's just saying things that make Caleb look bad individually. But then when you pile them together, they just don't make any sense anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I hate my husband. He never cooks for me. Ugh. These hamburgers he cooked are disgusting. It's like, oh, okay. But I thought you said he never cooked for you. Well, okay. Like, that's what we're getting here. It's like, okay, well, Caleb made me feel uncomfortable, and he was creepy. And he wouldn't take me home. Okay. Like, I don't understand. You just said you were uncomfortable and you felt like he was being creepy. Why would you want him to take you home? This doesn't make any sense. It's just like fucking stupid. I actually was really affected by this after I was just so freaked out and confused. Like, the whole experience was so bizarre to me. I ended up texting Caleb, telling him about the Uber and asking him to apologize, which for all that, I don't think is much to ask. And honestly, if he said, hey, I'm really sorry, sincerely sorry, I think it would have been the end of it. But he said, I'm headed to bed and I would prefer not to have this confrontational conversation. But of course, I wish the date went better. It's okay that we don't vibe. It happens. And I apologize for wasting your time. I'm sure you'll have many successful days here in Austin. Dude, that was a layer response. It's a good response, though. I think at this point, he can tell that she's like crafting a narrative about him, and which you could tell because this whole like Reddit thread is like a lie. You could tell that like the way that she puts the information out there is super disingenuous. Like, okay, what a nice text, except that's not at all what happened. What happened was he misled me to believe he lived closer by. The time doesn't necessarily mean distance because it's Austin. Assured me he wasn't trying to hook up, pressured me to take a bath, got angry when I wouldn't, pressured me to get an oil massage, got angry when I wouldn't, then made me take almost 40-minute Uber home. Not to mention the weird unwanted touching that deserves a real apology. I am a real person who deserves human decency and respect, treating people like it's okay. I would have been more sympathetic to what she said, other than the fact that, again, she was making it seem like he's really... She literally said she wanted to escape to a fucking like a fast food place, so lock herself in the bathroom. That's how scared she said she was of Caleb. But then she gets upset when Caleb won't bring her home himself. That doesn't make sense. If you were actually afraid Caleb was going to like harm you or like touch you in a way, you wouldn't want to be in a car with him for, by your logic, 40 minutes. This doesn't make any sense to me. After that, I did talk to some friends about it, and everything that happened within a couple of minutes, they were sending me links to this Reddit and all the videos and evidence of allegations. When I started reading, I literally wanted to throw up. So this person probably just found it themselves. I guess it's been going around that he does this kind of stuff a lot. What? A lot. Okay. And what he described as worst date for me, too, doesn't seem like it's anywhere near the worst date. I found one girl's Reddit story that sounded like mine, but she wasn't able to get away. And that makes me unbelievably sad for her. I 100% believe the people who shared their stories on here and feel like this has been going on long enough. I did report him to Hinge, Bumble, and Tinder with my story. I did interact with real people via email who were all disgusted and shocked by his behavior, saying it did violate TOS. I did this for two reasons. It seems like this may be a pattern or formula for Caleb. I don't want another person to end up in the situation I was. Maybe after being banned, he will take some time to reflect on his actions to possibly get some help. Well, shouldn't he be in jail? You just said he was a rapist. This is right here. You're saying that he raped a girl. What is there a story out there that he raped a girl? She wasn't able to get away. Is she dead? What are you saying? Why do you think that he needs to reflect? Apparently he's a rapist. This is what you're saying. I don't believe what you're saying. You're saying this. You think that he just needs to reflect? Okay. After all this, I had hoped maybe he would be learning from this, but he clearly hasn't. After crashing out on his story about making his own dating app or whatever to use the platform to using his platform or pull to get his account back, he has clearly learned nothing about and does not feel sorry. I'm disappointed in the apps that are backtracking and decisions of what he claims is true, but at the end of the day, he could always make a new account. I didn't do this out of revenge for clout or whatever. It's actually kind of embarrassing for me to admit that I went on a date with him honestly. My friends have made sure to tell me this, but I'm a real person. This did happen to me. I deserve a real apology as many other people do who've shared their stories. To Caleb, please find God. Oof. That's a red flag. Okay, incredible. Okay, so that's that story. Now we got Caleb's side of the story. So this is on a different website. Oh, this is on Reddit, but it looks different. It doesn't matter. Oh, it's an archive, I guess. I don't know. We got another side of the story. This is Caleb's side. Hammer Time, 1995. See, here we go with the overt sensationalism that we can't seem to get over since 2020. All right, Caleb, you already sound like a fucking boomer. All right. But this is why my creator friends privately recommended I get consent recorded, and we live in a single-party consent recording state. So after this insanity of the year, guess what? I did it. Little does this performative person who is chalking up what was just a bad date. Yeah, I hated being there and literally asked her to leave multiple times as something horrible. Guess what? I voice message recording our entire conversation that she's talking about, and it exposes her for all her lies, but fuck it. She wants to harm my career, so let's expose her. Okay. Oh shit, Caleb. Okay, I guess we'll take your word for it because this is text. But I think that this must have been like the recording of the on the couch. Couch was wet. Yes, the cleaners just left before we got there. Camera in room. Yes, as a public figure, I have a security system. Touched leg after she said no. Beyond incorrect. I made a move. She looked at me odd. I pulled away and asked if it was okay, and she specifically said yes. Okay. So I did it again, and she said, no, I didn't mean yes like that. I meant it was okay that it happened. So I removed my hand. Okay, that makes sense if this is true. Mixed signals used to be, okay, let's move on. But in 2025, this evidently means the R word in our sync internet culture, intentionally bumping into her and touching her during the house tour. I literally have no idea what she's talking about. Lucky for me, I have a security system to prove it. Asked to take a bath or a massage. I tried to make a move, ladies and gents, a hard thing to do. She rejected, and I was okay with it and moved on. Again, it's 2025, so it means the R word, I guess. It's like the fucking boomer ranting. It sounds like I would like to see what the original messages look like. This sounds like Caleb went into this trying to like hook up with this girl, and she didn't. So I don't know. Okay. And no, I did not ask her to take a bath in front of me. What the fuck? Sat down angrily when she said no. This is when I started recording because I knew exactly how this BS works in today's cancellation economy. I sat down and was confused because when I suggested anything, including just leaving, she said no. So I was just puzzled and started to become concerned. Trying to go to a weird dirt patch, I eventually asked if she'd like to go for a walk since she wouldn't leave, and in no way did I want to go an hour-long dinner with this woman. We went on a walk. My neighborhood doesn't have sidewalks, and cars were passing by close, so I suggested we walk in a small patch near my place instead of the dark street with no visibility. Crazy shit. And yes, I made a joke, something that I'm known for doing. Asking sexual questions because she couldn't tell me what she wanted to do and wouldn't say if the suggestions were bad because she felt uncomfortable being sexual or something else. This is where I did the adult thing and literally asked, also known as consent, which again in 2025 is now the R word because everything is over sensationalized. At this point, I asked if I could call an Uber for her and pay for it. No way I wanted to drive with this woman at this point. She was incapable of communicating anything and was weird the whole time and super sketchy. Obviously, I'm not surprised now. And now I guess the Uber driver was a creep too. Maybe she just can't operate in society. Shocked. Asked her on a second date. I had no intention to ever see this woman again. I was being nice and suggesting maybe we can get coffee sometime. That makes sense. Seems this might be a pattern. What? Making a move and being okay when it's rejected? How evil. Potentially having consensual hookups? What a disgusting thing. This woman is a literal child. Uh-oh. Caleb. Holy shit. Oh, really? Apparently, Caleb said he listened back to the audio recording and he never actually made that joke. He just assumed he did because it was Caleb Hammer coded. That's funny. I assumed you did too. Little child who clearly is incapable of existing in society. If a bad day creates a response like this, and because of people like her, I now have literally recorded consent for every sexual experience since last year because our culture is insane right now. Thank you to my creator friends behind the scenes who have recommended this. I mean, that probably isn't a bad idea. It's weird for most of us, but like, you know, saying, hey, I need recorded consent of everything because I'm a creator and you could ruin my life makes sense to me, honestly. I mean, people are fucking crazy. But if it's consensual, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. It could be a little strange, but it's consensual. If that's true, I don't give a shit. And I do believe Caleb because that's the talking point he gave me, of course. So if this was a repeated pattern, which no one has ever said, then good luck, lady. I know how the cancellation economy works. I've studied it and I have all the proof I could ever need. Dude, this sounds like Jonkler shit right here. I'll just let you know. On top of that, nearly every major cancellation in the past year has been refuted with facts. And the attention-seeking accuser loses all respect and possibilities for careers. Yeah, I think that's Noah. But I think they deserve it. You try to ruin someone's life with BS, you get what you were owed. And I'm happy the teams on Bumble and Match have dealt with this situation and have unbanned me. We need to end this over-sensationalized performance bullshit. Bad dates happen. We all have an awkward experience. That night was one for me. We all survived. Her name is Madison. She moved home in her mid-20s to her parents and refuses to get a new job after being fired. Oh, shit. He was doing a financial audit on her. She's a failure in life. Her last date was 2 years ago, and she told me she doesn't trust men. I should have taken that as red flags and rant. That's actually true. Girl, you are reading this. We had an awkward date. I hated it. You hated it. I tried to make a move and you said no. It ended at that. I didn't go to dinner because you were unable to hold a conversation and I didn't want to sit across from you. I literally had to call an Uber and force you to leave. With the security cams and voice recordings worth about 20 minutes of conversation, you're literally about to destroy your life trying to get your 30 seconds of fame. But it's not like much was going on for you anyway. Good luck. But for what it's worth, she is going through a hard time. She was fired from her job a few weeks ago. Well, we can give her some slack there. It's worth, I think it means noting. It's also worth noting, I think he meant, that everyone at work can attest to the fact that I told every single one of them the next day how bad the date was and how weird she was. Okay, cool. I mean, it's word for word, but like her story had some weird shit in it. So, like, she has some weird, like, she was obviously lying about how uncomfortable she was around him, or else she wouldn't want him to drive her home. She wouldn't want him to drive her home. It doesn't make any sense. And she was like, I wanted to lock myself in a bathroom, in the McDonald's bathroom. But he wouldn't take me home, and that was really not very nice. It's like, okay, great stuff. Anyway, apparently this is the roast. Let's get this going. You guys ready for this beautiful thing?
Bitch, Brandon's here. Hey! Oh, there he is.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, Brandon, my guy. A womanizer and a woman beater.
All right, this is the joke. This is the joke.
Basically, Chris Brown, if he let himself go and develop diabetes.
There.
The only thing badder than your gut that honestly you've lost pretty good are the bruises you've left on your exes.
Oh, no.
Okay,
That was fucked up, dude.
Brandon, honestly, you're collecting amazing sales for the company, sales deals left and right, and it's a very impressive collection. Of course, it's not as impressive as the collection of rape kits connected to your name.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, what the
That's fucking crazy.
What would the audience might
I mean, people are laughing a little bit, but it's just a little shocking. So I don't think it's like Jesus fuck, bro.
not know is you've got a lot of ink on your body. Can you show us some of those tattoos? Pull up your arm real quick.
This is
He has
fucked up,
tattoos.
bro.
I can't tell if this is because you're a cool person or if your body is an obituary page of all your beaten to death exes.
What the fuck?
And your
Dude, what the fuck? Bro, these are so over the line.
face Tourette's.
They're funny, but this... Bro, like, it's like a mixed bag here. Some people think it's funny, and some people are like, oh, fuck, Caleb, this is a little crazy. This is like fucking... Holy shit, dude.
All the twitches you're always doing, you really don't need a medical excuse to say weird, fucked up shit to the women you do. Your
Jesus Christ,
entire
bro.
personality is just a series of regrettable decisions, as in, I regret hiring you.
Damn, dude.
Brandon!
All right. I don't feel like watching all of it. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Well, you know what? Listening to it, it makes it, I don't know, probably a little better. I mean, I understand what the jokes are a little rough, but it was a roast, you know. I think that it's just sometimes, the room was blue. The room wasn't red. You know what I mean? Well, they weren't that bad. In context, they were a little crazy, but like it was a roast. Like it's not like he was just walking around the office insulting people. But some of the jokes were a little fucking crazy. Write that down.
Caleb
right.
made jokes about kidnapping.
Okay, good. Now we're coming back to this. So let's start this part over.
Experience posted about him on the Creepy Caleb subreddit.
Creepy Caleb.
Caleb made jokes about kidnapping and murdering her and requested her to take a bath for him so he could watch her in the tub.
Whoa.
On his own subreddit, he
That's it? That's the only... We read all that so that you could say that?
responded to her allegations, confirming most of it, while also completely trashing her.
Confirming most of it? I don't think he confirmed any of it. He confirmed that they both existed in the same space, but he contested the narratives around it. Scott, bro, okay. I mean, listen, man, here's my thing. Scott, if this is how you want to present yourself online, that's fine. Like, I get it. You don't like Caleb, and there's definitely criticisms to make. But nobody respects you for this. No creator is watching this and going, oh, yeah. You're just distancing yourself from every creator, not because you're exposing the truth, but because you're making a snarky little fuckboy hit piece, and nobody's going to want to associate with you because they know that you're going to spin on them the second that it's convenient and you feel like you can make a buck. Like, that's what's happening here. You don't present information accurately or intelligently. You just say things in a wildly misrepresented capacity. It's embarrassing. And if anything, I think he actually wants... I think that this might be like lawsuit bait. I think he wants to be sued by Caleb so that he can make a video about how he's being sued by Caleb Hammer. That's why when you see his first video, it's called Caleb Hammer Might Sue Me for This Video. I actually think he's begging Caleb to sue him so he can make videos about it. I think that that's what it is. And then the worst case scenario is that he has to pull back this video as a cease and desist. Caleb Hammer's suing me. He makes a video, he makes a bunch of money, and then he has to pull the video back because he ends up losing. I just that's what it seems like to me. That's literally it.
What's most interesting is the way he started his rant, though. Caleb states that, here we go with the over-sensationalism that we can't seem to get rid of since 2020. But this is why my creator friends privately recommended I get consent recorded.
It's so funny because when I was even watching this, I'm like, boomerant. This is what you know what I mean? Like, it is funny because I know some people are like, oh, you just run defense for Caleb. Caleb's my friend. First of all, I have more charity for him, but also every time Caleb does something that I think is kind of cringe and silly, I will just say I think that this is cringe and silly. And he's in the chat listening to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. It was funny. I literally said boomerant. He sounds like it's his jonkler moment.
And we live in a single-party consent recording state.
Ooh,
so after the insanity of last year, guess what? I did. That line about recording consent is interesting because in a previous post-show video, Caleb made a startling confession that he records sexual acts in his house.
Oh, does he get consent?
This took place in the post-show for the episode titled Financial Audit's Most Toxic Couple.
Can you show it to us?
In the clip, the couple admits to Caleb that they filmed themselves having sex.
Post-show for this episode was deleted when people started posting about his recording sex acts. Oh, okay.
To which Caleb gets grossed out by, and then Caleb's producer, Lindsay, asks Caleb, "You don't film yourself?" To which Caleb responds, "It's actually been on security cam a few times, home security."
I don't understand what's happening here.
Now,
I don't understand what happened. He has home security cameras that sometimes pick him up having sex or walking around naked. I don't understand what the issue is.
In the clip, the couple admits to Caleb that they filmed themselves having sex, to which Caleb gets grossed out by, and then Caleb's producer, Lindsay, asks Caleb, "You don't film yourself?" To which
sounds like Lindsay was being silly.
Caleb responds, "It's actually been on security cam a few times, home security."
Okay. So a couple films himself fucking. Caleb gets grossed out. Lindsay, I think that's the redhead. He goes like, "Oh, Caleb, you don't do that?" Like, it's being silly. And Caleb's like, "Well, I guess it's been on my security camera a couple." Okay. Why is this like problematic? I don't understand.
Now, this response of Caleb...
If the people that are in his house know he has cameras everywhere, then they know what's going to get picked up. But also, Caleb has a tremendous amount of money. And if Caleb ever leaked that, he would get sued up his fucking anus for revenge porn. So, okay. Caleb says, "This is insane. He is so disingenuous. Before I have sex, I ask if I can get consent via voice recording before we do the act. Just being safe. But he makes it sound like I recorded without consent." Yeah, I believe that. I mean, because then they could easily fucking sue you if you released anything. Yeah, I mean, you're in a fucking famous person's house with a bunch of cameras everywhere. Okay. Like, oh, things are weird. Yeah, because he has a lot of money, and that's how things are. Like, you make sure you get, like, you cross your... This is why one of the reasons I'm happy I'm married. I mean, I have the love of my life, but, you know, I'm going to be a millionaire next year. Right, baby? Hell yeah. She said, hell yeah, baby. I just think I need to do 3 more Caleb Hammer defense videos, and I'll be making millions. No, but, like, this is, like, dude, I've had my fucking gooner moments, too. Like, I used to be fucking, like, a degenerate loser. Like, before I was even, like, famous, you know? You know, I'm a fucking man. Men have fucking problems. Men are losers. Men are all porn addicts and sex addicts. I'm not projecting. And I have a good woman to, like, hold me, like, down and actually, like, get me under fucking control. You know? So I'm happy that, like, I didn't have to really, like, I didn't really do much dating as I was becoming popular. You know? I had my cringe moments. You know, we used to be open, but I'm happy that, like, I've settled down and, like, fucking calmed the fuck down. It's like, holy fuck. Because this shit is crazy for people. You know, I'm happy that we had a Me Too moment because I think that there was a lot of disgusting shit going on behind the scenes, but some people will take it and run with it. And they'll turn it into, like, any bad interaction with a celebrity person. They're going to sensationalize it. And there's no repercussions for them because they're a fucking nobody that just says something and nobody knows who they are. But those words have damage on, like, people's careers. And unfortunately, people like that are destroying the atmosphere for actual victims to come forward. Caleb says, I also have signs all over the front of my house that everyone sees before coming in that says security cam recording in progress, like multiple signs. Scott is a bad person. Yeah, Scott is a bad person. So, you know, but I think that I unironically do think that Scott is, like, an antisocial person. I don't think that he has a lot of, like, friends or family, honestly. So,
admitting to recording sexual acts on his home security after he made a post telling everyone he records consent led a lot of people to believe that Caleb Hammer is recording the women he has sex with without their knowledge.
Why would they think that? If he's saying he gets consent and then he's just confirming he has security videos, why would anybody assume that? Nobody's assuming that unless they want to dislike Caleb.
On hidden cameras around his house.
Who said that they're hidden cameras? When did they... Wait, who said hidden?
The women he has sex with without their knowledge on hidden cameras around his house.
Where does anybody say that they're hidden cameras? Why would you add that qualifier of it being a hidden camera? Again, like, I don't think that's Scott. I don't know if Scott's baiting in a lawsuit or what, but like, no, I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Has there been a single time where anybody said that the cameras were hidden? No, nobody has said that a single time that they have been hidden. So, like, again, like, there's a lot of moments here that like open up Scott to a lawsuit. But I think he wants to be sued so he can make content out of it. I don't think that this guy is particularly interesting.
Multiple people who have been to his home have confirmed he has multiple cameras around his house, and Caleb even...
So, okay, so right there, just to be absolutely clear, you just lied. Right here. This is just like, this here is like literal damning evidence. I mean, Caleb, you might want to actually consider a lawsuit. I don't know.
Women he has sex with without their knowledge on hidden cameras.
Hidden cameras. Great. Okay, so you're affirming, or you're asserting that they're hidden cameras with no proof. Okay, and then what's the next sentence?
Around his house. Multiple people who have been to his home have confirmed he has multiple cameras around his house.
Why aren't they hidden cameras? How come these aren't hidden anymore? How come you're saying that he has hidden cameras and now you're saying that there's just multiple? How would they confirm that there are cameras around the house? Does he explicitly tell them that there are a bunch of cameras? Because if they are hidden cameras, but he tells them about it, doesn't that insinuate that he's getting consent from people? But that's probably not the case, because there's probably just a bunch of ring cameras all around his house or something like that. I have a ring camera. He just has cameras in his house. Like, it's so silly. It's so funny because when I'm on TikTok, and my wife and I will send each other videos of like, families have like cameras in their living room of like their kid falling off the couch. You know what I mean? Like, they have the hidden the hidden camera footage. They have the camera footage of like their family like doing dumb shit around the house, because some people just have like cameras in their house. And like, well, so make a video about that. How is that predatory? Like, you know what I mean? Having home security systems is now being predatory. It's fucking incredible.
And Caleb even confirms it in his post as well.
That they're hidden cameras?
I reached out to Caleb's legal team to ask if that's what he's doing, because if it is, that's 100% illegal. Living in
this guy is actually a parasite.
One-party consent state allows you to record conversations. It does not allow you to record sex acts.
This is in his own home. This is in his own home. I guarantee that there's going to be a different context to being in his own home. And there's a difference between having cameras in the house that record versus explicitly recording sex acts. And if you're in a house with cameras everywhere, one, you have to assume that it's going to be recorded if you're having sex, if you can see the camera. But we haven't established any of them are hidden. He just keeps saying that. Or two, you could say, like, I don't want this to be recorded. Like, what are you talking about? Voyeurism is you have to have, that's not two-party consent. I don't think there's a single world. There's nobody in the world who goes like, oh yeah, somebody that has cameras in their house that are visible, that the people know about when they have sex, is somehow a violation. No.
Without permission of all parties.
Okay.
For whatever reason, a lot of influencers in the red pill community have been telling guys that you can record sex without a woman's consent.
Who the fuck is red pill here?
And this is legal when it 100% is not.
Whoa.
If anyone
what does that have to do with Caleb Hammer?
does this, it's breaking several laws.
Okay.
And another YouTube creator, Jack Denmo, who tried to do this,
What does this have to
was
do with
recently
anything?
convicted of sexual assault.
What does this have to do with Caleb Hammer? Like, I don't understand. Scott, if you're such a nice guy, collect all the girls that are claiming that he did this without their consent and get them to do a lawsuit. I'm guaranteeing you Caleb has every single conversation recorded of like, hey, there are cameras, you know that, right? Caleb says the conversations are what I get consent to record. The convos where I ask for consent separately, I have a security system publicly, and they do not record sex acts. Yeah, listen, you know, Scott, I think that you're the savior of all women, and you should try to protect them at all costs. Maybe one of them will actually have sex with you.
Needless to say, these are very serious allegations.
Not really. They're not really allegations. You're just saying words, and like every sentence is a flop from the last sentence that you made.
After I reached out to Caleb Hammer's legal team, I noticed that the post show that had this clip has now been erased from Caleb's YouTube channel.
I don't care.
And his lawyer went to extra lengths of having the Reddit video post that showed the clip taken down as well.
Who cares? I literally don't care. I don't care if he took it down. The way you presented it wasn't even that bad. It was literally a couple talking about having sex, and then Caleb's like, and then Lindsay makes a silly comment like, "Oh, you don't record it," and he's like, "Oh, I guess some stuff's been picked up on my camera, like walking through the house naked or whatever." I don't care. I guarantee you get consent. I don't care. Like, it was an offhanded comment, and I understand that if he did take it down, why? Because like it looks bad for fucking morons like you, and it's just not worth the hassle. I don't care. I don't care. This entire video is like hating Caleb Hammer fatigue. It's just fucking. I'm like on pure Scott Shafer fatigue here. I'm on pure Scott Shafer fatigue.
Hammer's team is going to extreme lengths to make sure that no one ever sees this clip.
So extreme, dude. So extreme.
Now, Caleb or his legal team could have easily...
Caleb says, my lawyer gets my paid content on the internet removed from everywhere. He thinks we are just taking time and money to get money to directly target Snark Sub. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. If it was it a clip or was it an entire video that they had taken down? Just because it's on Reddit doesn't mean that it can't be a copyright issue. And if it was taken down, I imagine that it was a copyright issue because Reddit would have confirmed that.
They denied this claim when I reached out for comment, but they never did.
Gotcha.
In
How
fact,
would they respond to you? Who the fuck are you? You're a nobody YouTuber.
Everything that I've said in this video, I provided to Caleb's team.
Wow.
And they did not respond with a denial to a single thing in this video.
You're not worth responding to. You're not serious. Like, that's it. That's why Caleb's not responding to you, because you're not serious. I respond because I got nothing better to do and I can make money on it. Okay, I'm also nobody, Scott. Welcome to the club. All right, Poopgate. This is going to be a serious accusation.
The Creepy Caleb Hammer subreddit has attracted a lot of followers over the past few years. Many people who dislike Caleb, but also a lot of former fans of his.
Whoa.
On his
the fallen fan theory?
main subreddit, you won't find any criticism of him because you immediately get banned if you even give constructive criticism.
Well, I was permanently banned. I haven't even written anything spicy. I think maybe I mentioned being banned a couple of days ago and how it was happening to others in the comments as well. Just got a notification. Shaking my head. Yes, I'm done. I don't care.
This has helped the Snark subreddit to grow quickly.
2 years old. That's incredible.
And has many posts from former guests who despise the way they were treated by Caleb.
So true, King. I'm sure that's true. It's fucking Jerry Springer with a financial audit. People go in there, they know what they're getting into, and then they get upset afterwards because they don't realize how upsetting it's going to be. I don't care.
Several female guests have shown screenshots of their text messages where Caleb used his influence to try and date them.
Can't make money if I'm out fucking around. That's very true. Are you sexual in nature? If you want to stop this conversation time, please let me know, but also remember our very clear NDA as well. I will. Are you shy? Oh, it sounds like whoever this person is broke the NDA though. I don't even know know what's going on here. A message of him sexting a girl consensually. Gotcha. So scary.
And then if they turn him down, he makes it clear to them they can't talk about him negatively because they signed a waiver.
Yeah, that's what an NDA would be. That makes sense if you're somebody who's like a celebrity status. I think every single actual like celebrity does this. But okay.
This kind of behavior is really gross, but
Not really. It's not really gross. What's gross about it? Like, I don't understand what you're telling me. I understand the narrative he's trying to pose that apparently that person went on Caleb Hammer's show, so there's some kind of a power dynamic. Ooh. What power dynamic is there? He went on her show. Like, what does that mean? What power does he have over her? I'm not going to release the episode. Like, okay. I'm going to make you look bad. That's what the whole show is, right? So that there's nothing there. They are mutually flirting. Are you sexual in nature? Bad spelling, by the way. Not very attractive, Caleb. If you want to stop this conversation anytime, please let me know. By the way, that's him explicitly saying, like, hey, you don't have to do this. I will. And then she says, are you shy? Sounds like she's into the conversation. That's it. I don't care. I'm assuming she's a grown adult. Caleb's a grown adult. They're flirting with a person that he met at a work thing. She's not like an employee of Caleb's. It is a person who came onto a show and they were mutually interested in each other and they were flirting. I don't care. The fact that you think that this is gross, it just makes sense based on like how you operate your life.
The most disgusting story on the subreddit comes from a former roommate of Caleb back in college.
I love how the other girl in her Reddit post talked about how Caleb raped the girl. She just made this like fantasy story up. Scott's not presenting that information. Interesting. Either he didn't read her actual Reddit post, which makes sense, or he decided that he couldn't find any proof on that one and make that claim. Okay.
Now, anyone can make up a story on the internet, but when
great. We got a college AMA,
from a
baby.
former roommate of Caleb back in college.
Do I really want to read this? What's the story? That he pooped somewhere? Do I care?
Now, anyone can make up a story on the internet, but when asked for proof that he used to be roommates with Caleb, the poster showed an email for a lease renewal with
Who cares?
Caleb Hammer's full name on it.
Okay.
Caleb Hammer's team got the post removed since it showed his middle name, and somehow that's private information.
Yes, that would be doxing. That would be information about his name that he didn't want out there.
So the Redditor had to re-upload it with that info removed.
Whoa, I guess doxing's okay if it's Caleb Hammer.
So I believe that the information provided is accurate, or Caleb's legal team wouldn't have taken the time to get it removed.
Okay.
During an AMA, one person asked him if he ever saw Caleb do any evil shit, to which he replied, nothing evil that I've seen, but definitely some unhinged shit.
Cool.
When we interviewed him to move in with us, he told us he likes to diddle dudes.
Okay. Sounds like boy behavior.
Should have been our first red flag.
Oh, so then why didn't you not have him move in if he likes to diddle dudes? Oh, it's probably because they were all the same person. They were all similar.
He was pressed further and said that one of the most unhinged things he saw Caleb do was he smeared his own shit in the bathroom when he moved out.
That's crazy. Caleb, did you really do that, dude?
When asked for more details, he said, so here's the long story. I went out of town to visit some family, and he was supposed to take care of my dog. He was moving out like 12 hours before I got back, not due to a fight, he was just moving on. And when I got back, I found my dog laying in her own piss in her kennel, where she had clearly been for at least a couple days. I washed her up, cleaned the kennel, but it still stank throughout the house. So I went upstairs to check his space out, and before I even turned my head to look in the bathroom, I knew exactly what I was going to see, which was his own shit smeared all over the shower. I went down to the leasing office and told them I wasn't cleaning it, and they needed to hire someone ASAP. The cleaning crew told me it was the most disgusting thing they'd ever seen.
That's crazy. This one is funny to me. My parents and friends and roommate all helped me move out from this place. I feel like they would see my legendary poop if it existed. Okay. Funny stuff, guys. It's a word for word. He either did poop or he didn't. Caleb says the dog pooped and peed all over the house constantly. I let her out many times when her owner would not. I'm sure she had an accident like always when I had to leave to go to class. Okay, cool. I mean, this is what, fucking high school or college? Okay, Caleb pooped in the wall. Maybe, probably not, but okay.
When I spoke to another of Caleb's roommates in the video I did on him last year, I heard this story as well, so I do believe this is true.
So true.
Smearing your own shit in the bathroom to piss off your ex-roommates is one of the most vile things I've ever heard someone do, and if true, just shows Caleb has been a disgusting human long before success on YouTube.
Yup, he's just doobie shitting all over the walls, dude. You're so correct, King.
Again, I reached out for comment from his legal team.
Yep.
And they never...
Caleb, did you shit all over yourself and smear it on the wall? Why would he respond to that?
...denied the claim to me.
Famous friends, all right.
A lot of the information in this video has already...
I love that this guy really wants to take down... First of all, the Law and Order thing is intentional to try to make it seem like Caleb's a predator. But I love how he thinks this is going to have an impact because it's going to get views. Your entire audience are just snarky individuals who they think that this type of content is interesting and engaging. We have no audience crossover. There's no audience crossover with Caleb or anybody else, like Graham Stephan or whoever else you're going to try to take down by association. Nobody respects you. Nobody takes you seriously. Nobody cares to have the audience that you've curated as part of their audience. Nobody wants that. Like that's literally what it is. You have a bunch of like catty little fucks that like to believe everything about somebody that they don't like. Because people don't like Caleb. Because sometimes they feel like he takes it too far in his like Jerry Springer videos. Okay, that's fine. But then since they don't like him, they get together and they fucking morally masturbate. And they pretend that every accusation against Caleb is true, even when they don't even make sense. Like, again, that one girl who claimed that she wanted to escape Caleb by hiding in the bathroom, but then was pissed that he wouldn't take her home. Makes no sense.
He's been known for close to 2 years at this point.
Caleb said, I never met the roommate in person that Scott talked to last year. He's such a literal liar. It's crazy. Yeah, I bet. I wouldn't doubt it at all. This guy has no fucking anything.
Why anyone would want to associate with a man who makes comments about wanting to hook up with a 16 and 17-year-old boy is beyond me. But Caleb has continued to only grow on YouTube. Just recently, he was signed by a major Hollywood studio, creative artist agency, to represent him.
All right, cool. I don't know what that means, but God bless Caleb. Congratulations.
However, they have a long history of dropping celebrities when scandals break.
Oh, I wonder. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is, but I guess you're looking for you're looking to try to get him dropped. You think that this video is going to get Caleb dropped, but nobody takes you seriously.
Considering Caleb's past and continuing behavior, I don't think he'll last there very long. Caleb recently had Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer on the show, and before she appeared on the show, I reached out to her team and told them everything in this video.
Dude, you're obsessed. You are obsessed. Holy fuck, what a weirdo.
I stalked Caleb religiously, and I found out that the governor was going to come on for a financial audit. So what I did is I got my big old collection of information about how Caleb poo-poos himself and smears it on the wall. And also, he has hidden cameras to his house that everybody knows about, and I sent them over to her team.
You're unhinged. That's freak behavior, dude. That's obsessive. You're obsessed. You've been obsessed with him since you made your last video a year and a half ago, and all you have to show for it is a 20-minute video? Really? A year and a half of snark obsessive behavior, and all you have is a 20-minute and 24-second video. You should have left this video in 2024. Am I right, guys? That's incredible stuff. I think that you're insane, dude. You're literally insane. It's fucking crazy. This is you, dude. Look at this. You're insane. You're in pain.
What you're saying, but...
My bad.
Of course, crazy. I've been this way ever since I was a baby. And I promise you, I will never change.
This is fucking
I smile every time when you bring me pain. I know you're jealous, I can see it in your eyes. And please don't lie. Why so serious?
Dude, this is fucking terrible. Holy fuck, that's just crazy to me, dude. I love it. I love that one. That one always gets me. Dude, that one always gets me, bro. That one always gets me. It's so funny. I like that comment. This dude definitely called his crushes in high school to say their boyfriends were jerks and they deserved better. True. Just to be clear, man, that was you, man. That was you, Scott. That was you, that little kid. That was you, bro. That's fucking crazy.
And she still decided to go on the show. So I guess she's in favor of all the disgusting behavior shown in this video.
Yeah, so true, King. Well, you know, the Epstein files are a thing. And I'm pretty sure Caleb gooning too close to his son pales in comparison to the current embarrassment that our administration engages in. So...
The right also seems to love Caleb as well. Brett Cooper recently made a video about him titled, "The Left Hates Caleb Because He's Right."
Ooh, just to be clear, Caleb, I think that you're still in here. I need you to understand something, because I love you. Brett Cooper's a fucking idiot, and she's a fucking loser. I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, I watched her dumbass whole fucking video about how Nick Fuentes is on the rise. We understand that. You know, white supremacy, well, anti-Jewish supremacy. Let's be real. MAGA has been pretty racist for a while. And she was criticizing Ted Cruz for calling Nick Fuentes the self-admitted Nazi a Nazi. So she's obviously politically stupid. She only got popular because she's like okay, like she's kind of like she's a conventionally attractive girl who's married and seems to promote whatever values that they want to promote at a time where the conservative hive mind was on the down. When your atmosphere, when your perspective is on the low, you need to get together with people that you don't necessarily like. And so there was a pretty strong, there was very little infighting on conservatives, whereas there was a ton on the progressives. The second infighting happened, she's exposed herself as being comfortable around fucking Nazis. Just letting you know, that's my perspective. I just wanted you to see me say that. I still love you, okay? But I wanted to say that. I had to make sure that you know she's a fucking idiot loser. At least I think that. You know, you're entitled to your own perspective, but I always appreciate you listening to what I have to say. You know, and it's just gonna be a funny thing though, because one of the things that Caleb and I are friends. I know he knows that I'm pretty left leaning. We have a popular meme on this channel called the magical apple curse that we always talk about. That is the conversation about the cognitive dissonance of very religious people criticizing trans people, saying that they're crazy, which they're not. But then they believe in a magical apple curse that removed immortality, made it so that made it hurt to give birth. Basically made also a product of incest, as well as the same book that says that climate change is only real when it's 40 days of rain, and then I guess incest again, because only Noah and his family survived. Also, we have to metaphorically cannibalize our body and blood of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. I think religion is a beautiful thing, but you can't believe in the Bible and still call trans people crazy, because the Bible, by every objective metric, sounds crazy. This is a regular opinion on the Papa Gut Show. Just letting you know. Okay. So I think it's a little bit difficult to try to make it seem like Caleb Hammer is this like incredible racist when he's friendly with people who are, I would say, less conservative than him. I don't even think he's very right wing. I just think he's probably a like moderate right. And also getting gaslit on Twitter. I will say that Twitter's a little fucking crazy. Take a break from that. Take a vacation from Twitter. But let's see what we got here. What's the next virtue signal?
No, Brett. People hate Caleb because he's a disgusting human being.
Whoa!
As confirmed, he's attracted to 16-year-old boys.
Okay. You're really just thinking about 16-year-old boys a lot, huh?
Brett loves to cover current topics, so maybe she can do a follow-up video defending Caleb again. She could title it, Why Caleb Hammer Liking 16-Year-Olds is Based.
Well, I mean, fucking, what is it? Meghan Markle or whatever? Megyn Kelly? She would make that video, right? What was the girl? Did I get the name? Did I get the name right?
I really don't understand why so many people would want to associate with such a horrible human being, but I guess many people just don't have any real morals these days.
Yeah, Scott, you're full of fucking morals, bud.
Chris Brown is another great example.
Chris Brown? What?
Despite beating Rihanna to a bloody pulp,
what the hell does Chris Brown have to do with anything?
He still makes millions a year from the songs people buy, and lots of women pay thousands of dollars to get to attend meet and greets just to see him.
Well, at this point, hot take, terrible what happened to Rihanna. But if it happened again to these people, I mean, it shouldn't. Megyn Kelly, that was her name. Thank you. Meghan Markle? No, Megyn Kelly. But I mean, we saw the warning signs, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
If some celebrity provides entertainment to people's lives, most people will look the other way and excuse all their horrible behavior because ultimately, most people are hypocrites and don't care what their idols do as long as the entertainment continues.
That's so true. And actually, I want to add on to this. I think the only reason you're not more popular, Scott, is because the entire world is against you. And the algorithm on YouTube, somebody obviously programmed it against you. That's it. You're a victim of the entire world. Yeah, it's incredible. Wow. Grifter.
Now, finally, I want to end on the fact that Caleb Hammer doesn't actually care about helping people on his channel, and you can see that to be true by the sponsorships he gladly takes.
What? Listen, I think Caleb is money first, and then I think he likes helping people too, but I think he's a money first guy. He's not fucking Jesus Christ. Nobody thinks that he is. Okay? He's not a brown guy. He is Asian, though. Jesus was brown. It was a beautiful thing. But like, yeah, I think he probably enjoys helping people. He gives them resources and stuff that comes on the show. He's a nice guy. He's helped me. He's nice to me. There's no financial motive for that. I'm like a fucking nth of a percent of his size. We're just friends. So I don't think that that's true. But I think that he likes helping people. I don't think that he's a fucking charity person, like in the sense like his entire life, he's not fucking Mother Teresa or something. But like, yeah, I don't think he's like a bad person. He's fucking like, what are you talking about? He has people on. He does help them. He seems to like help them with the show. But his show is about doing financial content like Jerry Springer style. He's very open about that and he's honest about that. Something that I can respect. You know, he doesn't like lie about what he is. He's not like he's somebody who's pretending to be some kind of a journalist and then just sitting here and like making up a bunch of insane narratives onto like situations. You know, it's not like he's that.
Caleb loves to yell at people on the show for making stupid purchases and going into debt for the most ludicrous reasons, but then he turns around and happily tells his own audience to go into debt for an absurd reason, all just to push a stupid cash advance program.
Whoa.
Okay, let's be honest. Waiting for payday feels like watching paint dry on your last dollar. But with Step's new early pay feature, you don't have to wait. With early pay, you can get access to up to $250 before payday.
I guess. I don't care. I mean, I understand what he's saying. What people that would gravitate towards whatever this is, it sounds like it's something where it's like a very short-term loan. And you, the type of person that would respond to this wouldn't be very financially, like, making very good financial decisions. Sure. Okay. I just, like, okay. Most of the other ones are like, hey, invest in this app. So, like, hey, here's a budgeting app. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Scott.
And bridge the gap for when life happens. No whether you're covering rent, need gas money, or decide last minute to see your favorite band live, Steps got you covered.
Or decide last minute to see your favorite band live, Steps got you covered.
Okay, you guys, you need $4,500 to see Shakira? Steps got you covered.
Those of you that are Caleb Hammer fans, you know that if a guest ever came on the show and told Caleb they took a cash advance to go to a concert, he would lose his mind.
Probably.
If Caleb was shown the clip of anyone else saying that, he would make a 10-minute speech about how stupid it is, but when Caleb Hammer does it, somehow it's A-okay. to push a cash advance app to his audience.
You know what the irony of it? This is not only the stupidest fucking criticism of Caleb Hammer in this entire video, but it's probably the only good one. This is probably the only good, thorough criticism in this entire video, is the stupidest fucking criticism in his entire video. And I think that is the funniest part of this entire video. That's funny. That's funny. That's the only one that makes sense. That's it.
The guy is a hypocrite, a disgusting human being, and an absolute grifter.
And he doesn't have muscles.
I really have no idea why anyone would continue to watch him after everything I showed you today.
Wow. Well, guys, you know what? I agree with Scott. Fuck Caleb Hammer. So now, let's watch Caleb Hammer's newest video.